Family Fest was completed today. Press conferences. We got some highlights to look at from Family Fest. We got a lot to talk about today. Right after this intro. Golly, I had a whole thing without how I was going to introduce the show. I forgot everything I was going to say. But anyway, fellas, how y'all doing, man?
We here.
Had a whole thing.
Good.
Look, look, family, like I said in the intro, Family Fest was complete today. My guy Pat is in the chat. I told y'all boys about Caleb Williams, laughing my ass off. I don't know what you told us because, look, stay tuned. We'll get into whatever you think you know, but we'll get into it. But look, Family Fest was completed today, and we've been talking about this every Wednesday, every Sunday. Speaking of that, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast, one word, no space, as we go live every Wednesday night and Sunday night, recapping all things Chicago Bears. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I am your host, Mark Robb, with my co-hosts, Chef Wes and OG Ronnie B at the bottom of your screen. Look, we got a lot to get into. We're going to look at some of these Family Fest highlights and just dissect them a little bit, talk over them a little bit. Pat, you get to see a little bit of Caleb Williams or what you think you know or what you thought you knew. The beginning of training camp, the first week, it was bad. It was bad news Bears. It was bad news Bears all the way around for the offense, at least for this offense. And then what we started hearing last week, they started picking it up. You know, not Dennis, but Ben Johnson was telling us we had installed 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I think we are all the way up to 9, which we just talked about before we went on air. But they strained a few good practices together. And when I say they, I mean the offense, because the defense has been playing. Even when the offense has a good showing, the defense is still pretty good out there. They just killed the defense. But today, and I was not there, none of us was there. Today, what I've been hearing around the horn is that offense went 3 steps forward just to take 2 steps back today. And Pat said, y'all will go as far as you guys' leadership between the coach or the QB. One of them has to step it up. I think they're fine. I think the leadership, I wouldn't point to leadership as an issue at all. What y'all think? Leadership? Does it seem like leadership is an issue?
No,
I'm happy. What?
Like I said, everybody been held accountable. Nobody's getting no nepotism, no favoritism. Ben Johnson is, not sparing the rod. You know what I mean? So
not at
that's
all.
always a good sign.
That's the good thing about what Ben Johnson. Like I said, we're gonna listen to him. His presser that he had after practice today. But that's the good thing about Ben Johnson, because he's going to tell you like it is. A lot of coaches go up there, they're not going to throw their players under the bus. So when they talk good about them, you got to take it with a grain of salt. Not Ben Johnson, because if they're not doing good, he's going to tell you. So when they are doing good, you can actually trust that he's, keeping it 100 about what he's seeing from his players. Dennis Allen, we talked about Dennis Allen in that defense, and they was buzzing today. Ben Johnson put together this Family Fest in like a game-like atmosphere. He wanted to be like a game-like situation. The fellas, they stayed in a hotel like they would do during a game day.
Mm-hmm.
Went over to the stadium. Everything was just like a game day. Get your routine started, young fellas.
Yep.
All you young guys that ain't used to this, at least at this magnitude, get your routine together. And what we gonna hear from Cole Kmet is, it was some nerves out there. They started off with some nerves.
That's a lot of their first time back. Well, some of their first time back at Soldier Field. It's Ben Johnson first time at Soldier Field in his role as head coach for the Bears, coming out there. I say, like you were saying, everybody had to kind of shake off the, that rust, that first time coming in there, though, that hype, that feeling, the stands, his fans up there, their families is there, just
Yep.
try to, and you want to, like you said, I think Antoine Randall L was talking, and he was just saying like, "Hey, we love to see y'all out here, yada yada yada. We want to put on a good show for you. We want to practice our stuff, but we also want this to be a good show. Want it to be like you said, like a game type atmosphere for not just the fans there, but as well as the players themselves. And I mean, what's that MP say? Caleb, man, he needs to be better as soon as possible. I don't see no regressions. I mean, no
My
quarterback,
thing is,
but
I, I look from what I've seen, from what I've heard, I haven't seen any type of regression from the quarterback position. Like I said, this offense, they're taking 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. Though today was a lot of delayed games. There's a lot of delayed games. It's operational stuff that's going on that they need to get it together. I mean, I'm sure Ben Johnson's playbook is a little bit wordy. The play calling is a little bit wordy, but you got to get it down. They absolutely got to get it down. I think Ben Johnson called it high school Harry stuff.
mm-hmm.
Y'all fumbling snaps. You and the center can't get it together. Like shit like that does absolutely has to
Mm-hmm.
get better. But as far as Caleb's game and the way he played, I don't think people understand football too much when they
Yeah.
start saying stuff like Caleb needs to be better ASAP. I guarantee you, when those live bullets, week 1, week 2, week 3 start, and we talked about this last week, Wes. What you're
Mm-hmm.
seeing is practice stuff. Ben
Exactly.
Johnson is keeping his playbook wide open like this. But guess what? Once he learns out what his team can do well, and the season start, it's gonna shrink down like this. It ain't gonna be Ben Johnson is not gonna call shit that you can't run like he's doing right
Yeah.
now. Like he knows you can't
Exactly.
run it, but I gotta call it so you can get better at it. It's practice.
Yeah.
When the
And you don't have
Vikings
a game
come,
plan for the Vikings.
exactly,
And the next week, the game
exactly.
plan gonna be different. We're gonna take a different chunk of the playbook for the Lions, and then the next week we're gonna take these couple pieces for them because this is what we doing well. This what we think we could get them on, what we can win, or how they defense. So you got to learn everything in the off season. At the end of the day, I mean, it's like school. You go to school for whether you just go to high school and done, you go just get an associate's or a bachelor's, master's. At some point, all of that schooling, 80% of that you ain't doing in your daily job. I don't care what your job is. Ain't no, if you're a doctor, you ain't in the emergency room doing trigonometry. You're not even
Exactly.
probably speaking Spanish, even though you took Spanish 4 years, AP Spanish. You ain't in the, hablo English in the ER if you're a doctor. So it's a lot of things that you're not gonna use that you being taught right now. Whether it's like I said, whether it's something that they just don't do well, or it's something that your opponents um can take advantage of you at. Like, oh, we can't run this against them because they got
Yeah.
great safeties or a great line. They D line is real great, so we need to you know get the ball out quicker. Or they blitz a lot, so we need to work on getting the ball out quicker this week, and that's what we're gonna focus on. For this week up until Thursday, Sunday, Monday, or whenever the game is. So I ain't worried. Like I said, I seen a lot of good stuff too. I seen some stuff that they need to work on. Like I seen some wide open people. You know what I mean? Some good runs going out there. So yeah, and on top of that, it's like our defense is not bad. Our
Hell
defense is a
no.
good
Absolutely
defense.
not.
Our defense coordinator ain't no punk. Our defense players, what you thought they was gonna lay down and let Caleb and all these new shiny weapons come in and make them look bad? You see Tyreek out there. I mean, you probably showed a clip. You see Tyreek out there, patting balls down. You see them going at each other. So
And like I
all
was
good.
saying before, even when the offense is having their string of good days like they were having this past week, the defense still wasn't getting beat down. You know what I mean? That's a good defense, especially the way. Look, that Matt Eberflus cover 2 shit, that's gone. That's gone. They manning up on the outsides. He's sending pressure. I seen some stuff saying he was sending both Bayard and Brisker at safety blitz. Both safeties
Mm-hmm.
coming. You don't know if Kyler gonna come. You don't know if TJ.
Yeah, you seen
Den-
Kyler
Dennis,
downfield defending touchdown passes, and all last year he was basically in the box on short routes and blitzing and being like we call like a mini linebacker for the most part last season. Now you see him out there, he defending the deep ball. So, and that's another thing.
Dennis,
Everybody's learning their job on a defense and
yes,
offense. They learning new
yes,
jobs. They opening it up not just for Caleb in the playbook. The Dennis Allen opening it up for the secondary, and like you said, blitzing both safeties and dropping all the DBs
yeah.
back in the coverage as like safeties and like all these new looks. And like I said, moving TJ around, moving all these people around. So
That's all most of it is, and I don't understand the concern that people are keep addressing with Caleb. This is practice. He's in a learning curve right now. He's got Ben in there throwing everything at him. You don't think Ben and fucking Dennis Allen are talking about this shit and lining shit up
Exactly.
to go against Caleb to see what he's made of? And Caleb's taking passes right now. He's getting picked off. It's practice, it's training camp. But here's the thing: he's taking passes right now to see, is it open? Is it there? Can he do it later in the season? If he's not hitting that in training camp, he's probably not going to try to hit it in the season either, unless he's really feeling himself later. But I mean, he's just trying stuff out. Everybody's trying stuff out. The defense, the offense. I mean, there's no reason to get rattled or be any concern right now at all. I think we're right where we need to be, doing what we're supposed to be doing, and we're learning.
Later on in the show, I'm gonna ask y'all fellas a question, and I'm gonna say it right now, but I just want y'all to think on it. And what matters most to y'all right now and going through training camp? Because there are some things that are important. What matters most to y'all? Like, we can't just shrug off everything. I don't want to make it seem like we're just saying none of the struggles matter. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I just want y'all to think on that. We'll spin a block on that for sure. But yeah, like look, OG Ronnie B said, they are throwing everything at him. Everything. Yep. Dennis is throwing everything. Ben is throwing everything. Lucky Borgans, I want to say, hit that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel. I haven't seen you in the chat, so I appreciate you jumping in and talk some ball with us. He said it's always like this. The next practice he balls out and everyone shuts up. And I'm glad you brought that up as well, because what did we just talk about in last week's show? Yeah. Just like you can't draw up conclusions and lose your goddamn mind over a bad practice, you absolutely can't draw up conclusions and praise these dudes over a good practice. I'm gonna say these dudes because everybody like to pinpoint Caleb Williams so bad. And like I said last week, and it continued today, my stock down, one of my stock downs was this goddamn offensive line, and it continued today. I got multiple reports from people. Now, it was a lot of people there, but I'm just talking specifically the Bears beat. Multiple reports I've seen that they continue to allow pressure, and it's not just Caleb. It's every single quarterback that lines up. Now, Caleb and Tyson can, move. They got a little wiggle to them. They got a little shake. But Keenum ain't going nowhere. So, like I said, yes, Caleb is the leader of this team. We go as far as he gonna go. But this ain't basketball. You can't just have a LeBron James or a Kobe Bryant, or you need a team. You can't go 1-on-5 out there. You can't go 1-on-11. You need a fucking team. Yeah. And we're gonna talk a little bit more about it later. We're about to actually play some highlights after we finish with our introduction. But he said, remember James and Wade at first took time to click. Exactly. It's gonna take some time. You're gonna need some help. With all that being said, there was some good that happened out there. There was a lot of good plays made from this team. Johnny Salazar, I think I got that right. He said offensive twos with Braxton went against the defensive ones. That's a left tackle test right there. Look, and I know I keep talking, but I talked about this last week and the week before. Fuck neck and neck. I don't want to see neck and neck. Ain't nobody, even Karan did not play today. He did not practice today. He's got a little injury. So I think that kind of means now we're down to 2. in this
Got
left
to.
tackle competition. You know what I mean?
Yep.
No neck and neck, Ozzy. No neck and neck. I posted a picture to the group chat. Posted a picture on Twitter of Braxton Jones' legs. Now, don't get me wrong. The man is coming off a horrible ankle injury. I don't give a damn. I cannot have my left tackle having legs like that protecting this young quarterback, your golden goose, so to speak. I can't have it. I need Ozzy to take that spot. And it's going to piss me off more about Ozzy than Braxton if Ozzy keeps doing this neck and neck shit. Now, today, or not today, yesterday.
What's up, Ricky?
What's good, Ricky? Appreciate you jumping in the chat, man. Hit that like button for us. Ozzy took every first team rep yesterday at training camp. Every single one went to Ozzy. Now, Family Fest today, we've been hearing rotation again. But if you want to look at the overall big picture, Ozzy's been leading with the first team reps.
Yep.
They go another one. They go another one of them cool dudes in the chat. Fair truth. What's up, man? Any more quick thoughts before I play some of these highlights on what we've seen at training camp today? Now, a lot of y'all probably seen these going around Twitter. These are not my clips. Pieced it all together just to get
yeah, that's true. That's what we're talking about.
So,
but that's how we get to the clips. My opinion on it is, like I said, I put my money on Ozzy, you know, early on this offseason that he should probably be the one. I mean, just on sure size, and I'm just, you know, hoping the experience and the training and the coaching of him gets him to that NFL level. Like I said, I ain't no shade to his chicken legs or nothing like that, man. But it's just, I think he's gonna be our best bet. Given, like you said, Braxton's you said year 3-4, and you hanging on to your job from a rookie right now, and like you said, Karan injury prone. So you know, I mean, I guess depth is cool, but like I said, definitive 5 is what we need. And I can't wait for the joint practices, man. I think that's when I'll be able to start writing some stuff down in permanent mark about some of these players and how we looking and, making some predictions.
I absolutely can't wait for joint practices. I'm right there with you. What's up? Look. We focus on, as Bears fans, and rightfully so. I've been seeing this all over Twitter. Everybody say, we've been focusing on the defense for too long. It's time to start focusing on offense. And we tired of the 85. We tired of we gotta praise this defense, though. We got to, because it's about to be different than what we've seen. And it's about to be different. This dude, Dennis Allen, he's bringing the heat. He's bringing pressure, and it's almost from what I haven't seen it. I wasn't at Family Fest, but it's from what I'm hearing, what I'm piecing together. It seems like it's almost Brian Flores, what he got going on in Minnesota with that exotic defensive style of play. That has been working wonders for them over there, regardless of who they got.
It's that DAI, man. Disruptive, aggressive, intentional. That's how this defense is, baby.
Yeah. You missed that one last week, OG Ronnie. We got another one. We got one for Ben Johnson, and now we got one for
Dennis Allen. You got to get them DAI plays. Disrupt. I mean, look at them. They disruptive. They aggressive too. Like you even said it either last Wednesday or probably the week before that. You was like, man, you want to see a lot of separation, but the way the secondary is, like you said, I think you called them sticky, or they cling and unless it's like the play just I think it was that misdirection to Kokomet. Probably gonna see that, but unless it's like a play like that, this defense is, you got to win those balls. You got to go up there and get them, a lot of pat downs, all that kind of stuff. So for a lot of people, like I said,
I think it's good for our offense going against them. Honestly, it's gonna sharpen us. Iron sharpens iron, man. It's real talk.
Absolutely.
I'm with you, Ricky.
All right, let's look at some of these plays.
We all are.
Parsons, and we're gonna talk about that. We gonna if y'all fellas want to jump into it right now and just give some brief thoughts on it, we could definitely do that as well. We don't need to have a set straight. Just
Like I
talking
said,
football, you know.
It's easy for me. It's send the biggest packages you can send over there. Get Jerry Jones the. I mean, like everybody else. Should we do it? We did it with Khalil. Do it again. Do it again.
You want to send a Herschel Walker size load over there?
I mean, yeah. I mean,
I'm with it. I'm not gonna say I'm not with it
you
because
talk about like Michael Parsons. You talk about Trey Henderson. You talking about Myles Garrett. When
we're talking about Crosby, them type of guys.
What y'all talk about? You don't even send nothing. You just ask them what they want.
Yeah, what do you want?
And then you see if you can match or go get it right. That's how I feel about it. But
right.
We can get in later on about like what I would actually give up for him and all that.
I'm not against having an animal on my defensive line. I know that. But I'll tell you this. They want that big load to give up a load like that. I'm with giving up the load. I just don't know if we can afford it. Is what I'm more concerned about than anything. And you know how they say sports is always a game of inches, and that's all sports. Any sport you ever watch, game of inches. But really, it's a game of windows because it's all about them contracts and how you can match them up. Who's going to be able to stay on the team? And it's like, if we can match him up right now, later on down the line, him and Caleb ain't going to match. But for right now, in that window, it is a game of windows for us right now.
You can do it right now. You can get him
right now. Yes,
you can do something right now nice for him and just say, hey, look, we'll get if you keep that same production.
Yeah.
The year after we have to pay Caleb, we'll give you another big one because he'll be 29.
Because what does he have, like 52 and a half sacks or some shit? And like 4 years?
I think he had like 12 a year for the last 3 or 4 years.
At least 12. I looked it up. There was some 13s. There was a 14. Yeah, he's for the first 4 years. Come on now. That's generational, no doubt about it.
He got some crazy
super generational. Mm-hmm. That's my next Richard Dent. I need him.
Yeah, I mean it's you.
That's why, like Mark said, it might not push the needle to the Super Bowl, but goddamn, it's putting you right there next to it. It's putting you right there, a player too. All somebody has to do is step up, and it to me it is that defensive line. You put him on there, oh my goodness.
So we got to go get Parsons. So what Johnny's saying?
He said, "Fuck it."
I wouldn't leverage the future and picks for Parsons. I don't think Dallas is trading him, though. I don't know if they'll trade him either. They do this every year. We were just talking about this with them and the Bengals. They always disrespecting their players in training camp and everything like that. But look, my honest take, and I'm just sharing our live around to get some more people in here. We got some people in here, but we can get some more people.
We get more.
Look, Parsons. Okay, so let me ask y'all this before I give my opinion. Let me ask y'all this: Parsons right now or Khalil Mack when we got him? Who was better? Who would you take? Parsons right now in chat? I want y'all to answer on this too. Micah Parsons right now or Khalil Mack back in summer of what 2018 or was
I mean, I think it would. I mean, just I won't even go about like.
And I don't care about scheme. I don't care.
I ain't talking about scheme or production. I'm just talking about the player. You right, Brad Truth. You got to go with Mac. Just the look, the feel, Parsons is he's definitely respectable and high A+ type, edge rusher. But
does Parsons have a defensive player of the year?
No, I don't think so.
He just got the rookie, the defensive rookie.
Yeah, he just got the defensive rookie, but I mean, just when you see Club, I mean, we seen it. Y'all, I know I got the jersey. I know we all got the jersey.
I got it. I got the jersey.
You saw that 52 and blue up there. You had, come on, man. It took me like 3 weeks to find one. So,
that first game that we had him, Wes, come on now. You remember it. Green Bay. That first half, he owned it.
I don't remember a player that's ever had immediate impact like that. Like, I
Like
mean,
that.
immediate.
Hell
I mean,
no.
all aspects of being a Bear. Just like I said, the jersey number, the look of him, his production when he first got here, the
We
picture
got
of
a
him standing up and Rogers in the dirt, all head bent over, booty in the
Yes.
air.
Yes.
Like
to the
that's just
locker
all
room.
Bears. Yeah, that's just all Bear. Like he just epitomized it,
He
and
roughed Rodgers up that first half of
Mhm.
that game. Big time.
Bear Truth saying Mac, Ricky saying Parsons.
Mm.
Wow, I
gotta
thought
go.
it was gonna be Mac all the way, but that's
Yeah.
what I like our
But
fans.
I think they about the same age. I think they was around the same
Yeah.
age.
It was
I
like
think they're gonna be the
26 and
same age.
27, like when
26
we
and
got Mac or
27.
whatever.
And I think
Yeah.
Parsons gonna be 27 before New Year's or something like that. So kind of the same. I mean,
I think I would rather take Mac too, honestly, if I had to choose. Only because he was a Bear before, and I really, really liked him. He suited up for us and did well. Yeah, he did get injured, but that was a big trade for us. And he, like you said, immediate impact. He came in right away, and it was like Green Bay was put on notice right away, immediately. So yeah, I gotta go with Mac as well. I would love to see Parsons. Don't get me wrong. Shit, suit him up and put him out there. I'll go with it. But Mac,
Give
I
me
love
Mac
Mac
too.
still.
I'm right there with you, OG Ronnie B and West and Bear Truth. Give me Mac. Mac. I don't know if I seen Parsons. Parsons ain't got the power that Mac
No.
got.
Yeah,
That
that's
Mac
what I'm
had.
saying.
He didn't have the power. He didn't have. Mac is a 1-1. Oh, we got another Parsons.
Ooh,
Oh
keep
man.
them coming. We should start counting these. I should do a tally on this.
No. We not MP. We're not saying right now. We're saying, would you rather have the Parsons right now or the Khalil Mack at the time of the 2018 when we traded
Right.
for him?
When we
Yeah,
traded from
Khalil
he
Mack.
was when
right.
he
Not
was
Mac right now.
26, 27 years old.
Right.
We'd be some
But they were
damn
the same
fools
age.
to choose Khalil Mack over Parsons right now. We'd be crazy.
Mhm.
Right.
So y'all like y'all said, about the same age at the time of
At the time, right.
Of the trade,
Yeah,
yep.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, Mac was different. Now I was seeing him throw dudes with one arm. There we go. My guy Jerron Kane with Mac. He was throwing dudes with one arm. He was triple team
You
daily.
can't
The
you can't
game
even
base.
double him.
No,
He's coming.
you need three.
Yeah.
You need a double and a chip, or you need three. You need three. Okay, look, like we'll talk a little bit more about the Parsons trade and what we would do and what we wouldn't do a little bit later in the show. Like I said, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces.
Yeah. Marifa Asar. You know,
Look,
so see, everything got value. Too much money
There
when you're getting what you're getting, man. I'm pretty sure private jets cost a lot of money too, but you can fly whenever you feel like it. You ain't gotta go through. I'm pretty sure that's a good fucking feeling.
You can find the channel on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We go live every Wednesday nights and Sunday nights. We just get in here. We talk football. We like talking football with each other in the chat. We love getting the chat up in here just to see how Bears fans think and just to take the temperature, and see what's going on in Bears fans' brains at the time. So appreciate y'all being in the chat. We on the road to 500. We just hit 400 subscribers on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, do us a favor, head over to YouTube and give us a subscribe if you haven't. If you're watching on Twitter right now, go ahead and head over to YouTube as well. The Black Bear Podcast, one word, no spaces. I should probably share that out with the link on my page. I'm gonna do that once I get a little bit of downtime. All right, let's look at these highlights. If you didn't go to camp, like I said, I'm sure y'all seen these highlights all over social media. You know how Bears fans, we thirsty for footage, especially because the Bears treat this shit like classified information. No order, no specific order on the clips. It's just highlights and lowlights, good and bad from training camp. Some Tyson Bagent in there. Got some Caleb in there, some Kyle, some Rojo. Everybody getting in there. Ricky said if we get them, we better hit on most draft picks because won't be no free agents. And you are
Won't be no
absolutely
draft
right.
picks.
Marifa Asar said if we got Parsons, say goodbye to Brisker, Komet, and maybe DJ Moore off the salary cap. Ooh, y'all liking this Parsons conversation? I like Parsons a lot, but Bear Truth said I like Parsons a lot, but you kind of got to scheme him. He is a mere consistent rusher of the QB, but you see him a lot in that linebacker role or wide 9 or behind a defensive tackle. He played the Cowboys definitely moved him at like off the ball linebacker. They used him at off the ball linebacker a lot, but he played a shit ton of on the ball linebacker play. Now that's what we talked about. No matter the scheme, because we run a 4-3. He's not a 4-3 player. He's a 3-4 like Khalil Mack was or is, and he plays the edge, the outside linebacker. But it's like, look, there's players that the scheme don't fucking matter. It don't matter. Just like we just made reference to the NBA. You could put somebody Curry anywhere, LeBron anywhere, put Kawhi they're gonna fit in. The scheme don't matter. Let's just go play basketball. Let's go play football. Let's go rush the quarterback. But okay, I see. We got more Parsons talk coming up. Look at some of these highlights. No order, just highlights going across the screen. We're gonna talk about them. I got some sound on too. I'll turn it off if you can't hear us talking because I want to commentate over this stuff too. Here we go. Training camp. Bears training camp.
There we go.
Family fest. Here we go.
Let's go. I need a TD. There we go.
I just hate that angle
There
on
we go.
that clip. If you see it from the other side, you see
There we
right
go.
there, he ran.
Coast
That
and
was
Loving.
nice.
Caleb to Coast and Loving for the
That
touchdown.
break,
Red zone.
that break
Yeah.
in that he had.
Yeah.
J2K.
Red zone.
Pat, appreciate you
Red
showing
zone
up.
football. Let's see what we do here. Let's see what happens.
What's good, J2K?
Oh, come on.
You see, he's trying to fit it in there. That's two back to back.
Yeah.
To Loveland on the same type of in breaking route because Loveland he creates separation on those. Who's that, y'all?
That's Alameda.
Pierce?
Yeah, the Pierce. Which I'm surprised they're using him a lot more than I thought they would.
J2K, Bear Truth. Anybody in the chat, if that music is too loud to hear us commentating over the 40, let me know how to turn it down a little bit. He threw that pass before he broke off the route. Nice anticipation, which a lot of people say Caleb need to work on his anticipation first.
4th and 6.
Clean pocket. I'm gonna
Let's see, can we get the first
rewind
down?
that one. I'm gonna go back on that one just to see that again, just because we ain't been seeing this a lot lately. And he's in the pocket looking and looking.
Yeah, he bouncing. He should just win
4th
right
and
there.
6. Let's see, can we get the first down?
Yeah, a lot of people will want him to pull the trigger on this and just it's practice. Throw the ball. Find somebody.
I mean, just throw the ball, but I mean, real game right there. When that middle opened up like that, right there, I see 3-4
You got
yards.
somebody cutting across the middle of the end zone in the
You
back.
got somebody cutting across. I was going to point that out. I probably would have made that throw there.
He's
There you go,
open.
right there.
Over there and float it over to the right, lead him because he's burning
anticipate it.
2 defenders.
Yeah.
Bear Truth said, I think on Family Fest they
Fourth
probably
and
do
6.
different stuff. How would they
Let's see,
really
can we
work
get the
on?
first
That's
down?
my guess. I don't know if it's true.
Situational
No, absolutely,
football.
because
Let's see, can we get the first down?
open.
4th and 6.
So they don't show everything, just like a preseason game almost. 4th down from the commentator speaking on this video.
First down. First down. DeAndre
Still
Swift.
hold the
Caleb to
ball.
DeAndre. Let's go. First team offense is back on here. Empty backfield.
That's a handoff.
DJ Moore with the touchdown.
Ah.
Yeah.
Coca Mentel.
Yeah.
Ah. He juked him.
Jump off the Swifty, which I want to see a lot of that this season.
Yeah.
Let him outrun one of those linebackers. We got a buffer.
Oh, I think so. But yeah, those screen passes to Swift and that having DJ line up in a backfield. Like I said, that just tells you like how Ben Johnson is really tailoring his offense to this roster. And
He knows
meant it
those
when
are playmakers.
And he meant it when he said, "I'm not bringing what I had over in Detroit over here."
Absolutely, and I love that he said that, and he meant it. Like, we gonna rip this, and that's another thing. Before I hit play, we gonna rip this thing down to the studs, not necessarily personnel wise, but everything y'all thought y'all knew about a playbook or what I run. We about to figure out what y'all can do, and then I will mold my playbook based on what y'all can do, just like I did with Amon-Ra St. Brown, just like I did with Jahmyr Gibbs or David Montgomery, and then I'll start drafting more pieces that I can plug in to what we already then created from year one, and so on and so forth. He said, I want to see him versus Miami. Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for those games. And I also can't wait for the joint practices that's coming up. Not joint practices, but the preseason games that's coming up this next weekend.
Come on.
And this defense we still got JJ out there either, do we?
Nope, no JJ. Which, and I was gonna ask y'all this later, but shouldn't they? Do y'all think they should be playing better? There's no JJ out there. Like, should the receivers be open all the time now?
They said Wright's doing really good though.
Right,
he's really stepping up in his absence. Obviously he's not JJ, but he's performing well enough anyway.
That's what I've been hearing. We talked about him last week.
Yeah, I've been hearing that too. He probably gonna make the team.
You think DJ, Rome, Cole, Colston, Luther? You think they just wide open? You think they just shaking something? But defense is sticky.
Yeah, but in the secondary, like you said, they fighting for they fighting for them jobs. Like I said, the only person in that secondary that we know probably got their job is Jalen. DA said it. He was like, that second spot, all those other spots in the secondary is up for grabs. We'll sign somebody next week if they come in like Wright doing, and you at the bottom, you might get those walking papers that knock on your door.
I wonder how Tyreek Stevenson feeling about Nashawn Wright, because y'all both on the field right now, but in your mind when Jalen Johnson come back that that's his spot is secure. Yours just ain't. And Dennis Allen said it. That second spot is up for grabs, and it's not secure. So look at that. I don't like that. I don't like it. J2K said, I think the defense is a little ahead because of so many vets. Also, defenses are always ahead of the offense at this time. The defenses are always ahead of the offense at this time, even when the offense was like running the same playbook. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, you can't make grand conclusions on good days, and you can't make grand conclusions on bad days, but you have to wait until they start playing against other people and they start scheming and actually putting a game plan together. Good catch, DJ.
Look at that. Good catch. All over him, too.
He's down.
Yeah, this one right here, everybody's like, oh, no. DJ's so dramatic sometimes.
Right? I'm a star player.
Yeah, see, that was ugly right there. That was just ugly.
So, and I'm gonna rewind this last play because this is one of everything Caleb do. The bag goes viral.
Yeah,
I know y'all seen the clip when he was thrown into the buckets, and then he kind of did a little pouty thing, which is crazy because when I was at that training camp and I recorded my own version of that, and I'm like, I was with my lady. I'm like, did you just see Caleb like stomp off, or she was like, yeah, I saw that too. Everything that man do is scrutinized, and it's gonna go viral. But this right here, look at that pressure.
Yeah,
look at that pressure. Now people gonna be upset that he threw it. He probably should have threw it away, or I'm sure if he takes it back here, they gonna hate him too.
Yeah,
but fuck it, throw that ball up there, because guess what? He didn't do this last year. He only threw 6 interceptions. He's not gonna. This is not Caleb. People act like he's a rookie and we don't have a full season on what he actually does and what he does not do. If this is in the season, absolutely he's not throwing that away. He's gonna get sacked. He will get sacked. And on a play like this, I don't know if y'all can see my mouse, but on a play like this, he's getting sacked.
Oh yeah,
in the season.
But he gonna get sacked.
Training camp.
He's gonna take some.
He gonna get sacked.
Every quarterback gets sacked.
We just don't want to be
family
60.
fest. So he said, "Fuck it, fuck it."
Razzle dazzle. He said,
"Fuck it, let me see. It's family fest. Let me see. Let me see if somebody gonna jump and snag something." But everybody, oh my God, you can't do that. That's the worst throw. You can't. Yes, the fuck he can do it. Because guess what? I seen him not do it all last season. I seen him not do it all last season. I heard some people call for it last season. They wanted more of this. They wanted more of the shots, the 50-50 balls. But I spoke on it. When he does throw 50-50 balls, after you can see, they don't come down with him. It's not like they just snagging shit out there. That's not the group of wide receivers he has. So I'm okay with this play. I have 0 issues with this last play. This play actually went viral on Twitter. I'm sure y'all have seen it by now.
Yeah, but it was situational because it's probably gonna happen. It's probably gonna happen in the season, and they gotta know, hey, look, I'm throwing it, so you have to fight for it. And even if you fight for it, bat it down, make it not an interception. Whoever I'm throwing the ball to, bat it down so we don't lose yards. And you know what I mean, like, or we don't get no penalty because if he did throw it away, maybe he wasn't even outside the box. I mean, I can't really see on that angle, but maybe he wasn't even outside the box.
Where they said Scott like jarred it loose or something. I don't know.
Somebody knocked it loose, saved her.
Yeah, something.
I mean, that's the receiver's job. Either go get it or make nobody get it.
Yeah, you got to turn into a DB when your quarterback make an errant throw,
absolutely.
or he trusts you a little bit too much when he probably shouldn't. Okay, but that was the practice. We saw some good stuff in there. We saw some bad stuff in there. That's kind of what it was. I'm sure there was more bad in that practice than we actually seen right there. Saw some did see some DJ handoffs, some DeAndre Swift handoffs. Look, I'm telling you, when this offense ain't going against a fucking defense they've been practicing against since fucking March, I guarantee you there will be some shit that catches the opposing teams that ain't never seen this shit off guard. Caleb has to do better. He playing the same fucking defense every day. They know what he does. What do you mean he has to do better?
Right.
I guarantee. Look, so you know how you play 2 divisional games. You see that same team a third time in the playoffs. Everybody says it's hard to beat the team 3 times. It's hard to beat the team 3 times. This dude been playing the same defense since fucking March. They've been seeing these installed plays because it's installed. They've been seeing these installed plays since fucking March. You think they're idiots? If you think Caleb should be dicing them up, you're disrespecting his defense because they get paid to. They've seen these plays already.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, we can really have a. Like I said, we can really start taking grades when, like I said, the joint practices, the preseason games, you know.
Stop giving who excuses. Caleb, the O-line, the wide receivers. Who am I getting excuses to? But I assume you want to talk about Caleb.
Right.
You don't want to
Right.
talk about nothing else. You don't want to talk about anything else. I would assume you want to talk about Caleb because I ain't giving an excuse to anybody. This entire offense. That's why I said I told y'all that question, right? Before we jumped into the footage, I said, keep this in mind. I want to ask y'all fellas, what matters most? What matters most? And we'll get into that because there are things that do matter that they're struggling with.
Right. What you mean?
Exactly. Hey, that might have to be a segment. That might have to be a whole segment
we
where
gonna make that a segment this year, Bad Truth. We got you.
because
It's gonna be
people
what
have
you mean,
agendas.
presented by Bad Truth. Nah. But yeah, my whole thing is
Agendas,
it's only
hidden
one
agendas.
thing that really is kind of really unacceptable and kind of a practice situation, and that's just the penalties. But
we could get into it. I don't know if that's your what matters most. I just don't. We're gonna get to it if that's your what matters most.
Elaborate, but
go ahead.
No, I'm gonna say when we get into what matters most to me, it's the stuff that was happening the first week that had us like, okay, if this continues, this unprofessional look, this you can't line up right. Cadence, getting to the play, like that ugly little pass that he threw and all that. That's gonna happen to everybody on 32 teams on every Sunday. Somebody finna be in that position. Some quarterback finna be running from some pressure and throw the ball up to try to make a hero move. That's gonna happen. That's why you practice. That's why to me it was ugly. No, without a shadow, that was an ugly play. But at the same time,
it makes sense.
But at the same time, it's the penalties.
Yeah,
it ain't lining up right. But you don't hear that no more. Like I don't hear that even like on their bad days. It's like it's not that. It's well, I think this week when his helmet went out, I think Ben Johnson spoke on that. Like it's gonna happen. My bad.
Pissed.
My bad. You know what? I didn't think about that yet. You know what? So what I'm gonna have for you. I'm gonna have about a handful of plays.
Caleb should have his own. He should have played.
That's what he told him.
I'm thinking they're gonna probably work together. Like, what's your fate?
He said if it goes out, you need to have plays ready to rock. So that way, you could do your thing because I can't come run on the field. So you got to be ready to roll.
Yeah,
you got to have something in your head.
Whatever you're comfortable with. Exactly.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. So you're gonna have it. Those Madden favorites that get the little heart on your thing and tells you how many yards you get. Hey, look, if play y'all like I play. You know what your favorite little play is, who to go to on what route in what situation, just to run a play, or even like I said, or even have if it go out and we in a good position, we spike it. Ain't no point in causing more hurt to the team because something that none of us can really kind of control. It happens. We've seen it before. Helmets going out, lights going out in stadiums, and all kind of weirdness.
Exactly. That all happens.
Jumping around out there, but let's prepare. That's why we're here. Let's practice this. Let's practice these things. So, Marifa. I hope I'm saying Marifa say he did it on purpose. He probably did. Knowing Ben Johnson, he's
a smart Bears fan right there.
He might have. But that's what you got to practice those things. That's why you run your twos with your ones and your ones with your twos because you don't know who you're gonna have every week as well. So that's why everybody got to be on their P's and Q's. That's why this defense is on them like that. Like we're not gonna let up off y'all. That's because y'all are offense. We're gonna make it. Actually, we're gonna make it worse because we actually know what y'all trying to do. So yeah, no three. Like I said, no 3 and outs this year. Positive first halves. Like, and the thing that's killing me is like, we talked about it, Mark, when people like, oh, okay, like, man, do you see how bad this offense was the first half of most games, the first half of the season? It was not even professional, to be honest. So, and like I said, unprepared, bad leadership. But you see, this is what we're trying to do. I'm telling you the truth, like I said, and I believe you gotta. At this point, you gotta believe what Ben say. Ben say everything's looking good. They trending upwards, and that's what it is.
Unprepared, undisciplined, no accountability, and look, the practice was bad for the offense today. The practice was bad. Let me get this in here real quick. Raz Dazzle said, okay, looking, if the quarterback is not getting it, then the offense is not going to be shit. No matter who the coaches are, it's going to take time. But how long are fans willing to wait? Because he's not. Well, see, that I disagree with that. And if you're a Packer fan, it makes a whole lot of sense. Whole lot of sense, because we just beat y'all. We just beat y'all. So I'm not going, exactly. Thank you, J2K. Way too soon. Especially because, like I always say, if last year was Caleb's floor, give it to me. I'll take that. I will take that from a rookie quarterback in Chicago. Give me that.
35, 20, and 6 ain't bad.
Yeah, hell no. Bad coaching, bad line. Yeah, I'll take that.
Like I said, and like I said, the penalties. There's a lot. It was a lot of things that the. So yeah, and you're right, man. The offense, and that's the thing that's killed me is like, when we was on here Wednesday and we was talking about how the offense is trending up, and when I did my stock up, stock down, and give them what they did. Like right now, today wasn't a good day for the offense and what they. But last few days, all I seen was good things. I mean, I ain't seen my man's highlights from my man Ramadounze, but I seen him. He was out there. We talk about the touchdown. We saw Cole Kmet walk into the end zone. We ain't saying like, hey, was that play caller? Was that Caleb? Selling it the right way. Because it was two players on. He could have threw it to Kmet or to Kyle. Munungai. Because they was so wide open on that side of the field. So,
hey, Wes, this ain't got nothing to do with nothing, but I want to see what kind of hoodie you got on, bro. What's that look like?
Oh, this hoodie? Oh, it's just a blue hoodie.
I got my
DJ
jersey
on.
over.
I got my DJ.
I was like, I need to see that. I want to see it. Okay.
I gotta show some of the DJ. DJ been looking. He been looking good the last few.
You got the white jersey, bro.
And stuff, so I gotta get DJ. So.
Nice.
Ricky. Okay, so you are Bears. That makes it even better. Now we can actually have this conversation that you are in the city.
He said Polk and Lawndale.
Yeah, he in the city, so we can actually have this conversation. But then I have to ask you another question, and I have to know how you felt about Justin Fields. It's layered because for some reason with Caleb, we have to have these talks when people start acting like they don't know football when they watching them play. Johnny said Caleb with 489 rushing yards last year, and with the sacks minus 466 yards. That'll be cleaned up. Hopefully, it'll be cleaned up. Hopefully,
yeah, I believe.
Like I said, I think Caleb always gonna be a sack quarterback. That's who he is. That's who he's gonna be. He don't like to throw picks. He don't like to turn over the ball. So he will take sacks. He'll take negative plays in other areas of the game. Now, I'm not saying that's good, but that's just who I think he is. I don't, somebody else might have a different opinion, but that's just how I feel he is. He's gonna hold the ball. He's gonna try to play make. He's not gonna try to turn that ball over. I'm not worried about him throwing interceptions.
Ricky, giving him what's my homie name? The West Coast dude, like, oh man, what's his name?
Nah, Ricky ain't playing with him. He ain't playing with him. But look, all right, look. So we just watched 5 minutes of training camp footage, Family Fest footage. Let's listen to what our head coach had to say. Look, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. The podcast. One word, no spaces. We go live every Wednesday night, Sunday night. During the season, we go live after every game, every single game. We'll be going live after the preseason games next week, giving our opinions on what we saw. No agendas, no hidden agendas. We not trying to make nobody feel good. We ain't trying to hurt no feelings. We gonna talk about it how we see it. Here's Ben Johnson on this sloppy, and it was a sloppy practice delay of games. And we'll get into that when we talk about what matters most. Ben Johnson, here he goes.
All right, good afternoon. Haven't said that one in a while. Man, it's great to be out there. The weather's incredible. The fans are amazing. I know our guys felt it. We treated it somewhat like our preseason zero game, if you will, by staying downtown last night. Special thank you to George and Kevin and Ryan. Get that done for us because the guys certainly they felt it. You know, we go into next week, our first preseason game, particularly the young guys, they get amped up a little bit. So hopefully a little familiarity with the process will calm the nerves a little bit, and then they can go out and play. But like I said, the fans were there. They were loud. I know our guys are out there right now saying thank you to them for coming. And we got some good work in. It was sloppier than probably hoping we would be at this point. Particularly, we had a couple really good practices over the last two, and then took us a little while to get going and hear the pads clicking. But I thought towards the end we picked it up and it got pretty competitive there. So with that, I'll go ahead and open it up.
How do you account for continued delay game, penalties, and things of that nature where it just looks like it's not insane?
Yeah, but it's something we're going to have to address for sure. It showed up more today than it has in practice. So this was more like a real game, and if it continues like that, we're not going to win many games.
How do you evaluate if it's, still like install learning things, or if it's things that should be understood and shouldn't be issues like
that? Yeah, we
razzle dazzle. The people that saying
I think
that
I've mentioned a couple times
football.
that
I'll put my football knowledge up against
whether
anybody,
we're making the same mistake twice or not.
fucking body.
And I felt
Watch
like I saw
film.
that a couple times today. So I know the saturation level has gotten there with these guys. They're pretty filled up to the brim with information, but at the same time, the installs are slowing down. So we do expect the execution to be a little bit cleaner as we go from here on out.
There you go.
The other day about the young guy being a sponge and being really professional and how he learns stuff. On the pitch play, did he go the wrong way or did Caleb go the wrong way in that 11?
He went the wrong way.
He went the wrong way. Well, what do you think of him today, kind of in the stadium?
Well, I mean, now that you mentioned that he went the wrong way, a little disappointed. But no, he crammed it up in there. He was physical. I mean, I thought all the runners, him, I thought Roshan, I thought Swifty, I thought Ian, I thought all those guys, they were putting their shoulders down and they were running through contact. And if they saw a little crease, that's where I had a little bit better view than the other coaches, just seeing holes, whether they were there or not. And I thought those guys were trying to play a physical brand of football all around.
Is he one of those guys that obviously maybe his numbers at the combine didn't pop, but with the pads on, he's a different player?
Yes, I think so. I'm very pleased with where he's at. And I think he's a guy that we're going to be able to trust this fall.
remove the ball carries that started at the 1 yard line. I mean, it's obviously a tough situation with the offense when you're backed up all the way. But seeing the safeties that happen, what would you like to see differently, or maybe execution-wise?
Yeah, I mean, our goal on offense is to get 2 first downs, and safety is inexcusable.
We saw you talking to Caleb after that play. Is there a message for the quarterback on that situation?
Yeah. Execution of the play wasn't what we wanted it to be, and I mean, it's a credit to the
Jose,
defense.
Man.
I mean, they came out.
All love, man.
They kicked the offense's rear in that drill. So it's that's what showed up to me. They wanted a little bit more.
Ben, when you're talking about success and trying to find rhythm, especially when you're dealing with sloppiness, what are the markers that you look for that can make you say, this was a successful drive, this was a successful training camp practice?
Well, I think they're all successful from the degree of we're learning. And so just because we're not getting the yards on offense or, giving up touchdowns on defense, I mean, we are getting better as a team on both sides of the ball, all 3 phases, including I see special teams every day as well. So, I don't think there's any barometer or mark. I think we'll know a lot more about our team when we get these joint practices going too. I think that'll really tell us a lot because I think for a healthy team over the course of camp, you kind of feel the defense win the day one day and then the offense bounce back the next day, and you kind of have those even battles. That's what you want from.
And we just started seeing our offense bounce back.
Cause some disruptions in the backfield throughout training camp. There's something you're noticing now that's maybe different from when you were game planning him against him last year when he was a little bit nicked up.
No, I can't say I see a different player. I've just gotten to know him, and I'm thrilled with just who he is as a person. I think he brings his lunch pail to work every day from the springtime to since we started camp. And, he's not afraid to be a little bit more vocal and talk some noise, and which I appreciate. I love that about him. And no, I'm really happy with where he's at right now.
JP made another prediction and made another today. How much has he been standing out to you throughout the game?
Quite a bit. He was someone that I gave some flowers to a couple days ago after practice, and then naturally when you do that the next day they let you down a little bit. So that happened, but he bounces right back just like the rest of these guys. I'm really proud of their resolve, but really as a whole, all these guys, you might have a bad day, but I don't know of many guys that have had back-to-back bad days. It's a prideful group. Football's important to them. They're trying to do things the right way, and so even though, I come off the field without seeing the tape feeling like, the defense got the better of the offense today, I think the offense will bounce back going tomorrow and the day after.
That defense, TP, that defense.
Tight ends as well in the passing game. Who are the guys, 10
Can't wait.
that you really trust right now to be in the right spots at the right times? Who's heard of that?
Yeah. I think Cole Kmet, I think DJ Moore, I think Roma Dunze. Those are the three that stand out to me first and foremost. I think OZ's doing a great job of being where he's supposed to be, and he's being a professional about it. The rookies, they're still learning, they're still growing, and they just haven't been out there enough to earn that trust yet. But I would say throughout the course of spring and camp so far, those are the four I'd bring up first.
Speaking
Yeah,
of,
that's what I was saying.
the wide open.
Zacchaeus is showing out, man.
Think of that play. Is that like your favorite play of the game so far?
No, but it was a good job. It was good execution by those guys, and I think Caleb had a little pressure in his face, and he was able to still, get it over the top and out of there, and well done.
Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thank you.
It's a good press conference, man. I really like what I hear and see from Ben Johnson. Like I said, it's about accountability. The way he talks lets me know that, because of course you're not going to throw your players under the bus, but the way he talks let me know, okay, you actually going to tell us when you think he fucked up? Because we seen it. You can't just lie to us, which Matt Eberflus and Matt Nagy, they'll just lie like, dude, we seen him fuck up. But he gonna like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, he got to be better. He got to do that. He didn't do what he's supposed to do. I was a little disappointed there. So when he says, hey, look, these guys are actually hitting the books and these guys are actually studying, staying late, doing all the right things behind closed, I can believe that too, because you're not just blowing smoke up my ass every single chance you can get, which Matt Eberflus was doing, Matt Nagy was doing, and so on and so forth. But all right, let's talk about some takeaways we got from that. He talked about a few things, and then I got some things I want to talk about at least. One thing, and this is one of the first things he said, execution. He expects the execution to get better. He expects it to get better. You know why? A couple of days ago, or what, 2 days ago, or yesterday, Declan Doyle said he was at 9. Installed 9 out of 12. Today should have been 10 out of 12. Ben Johnson just said, hey, the installs are slowing down now. I hear everything y'all saying, and I'm blocking out the noise. It's Ben Johnson. I'm blocking that out because we installed. But he said, I expect the execution to improve now because the installs, we're getting lower on the installs. We're coming to the end of install. Now we're just repping. Everything is going to be repping. And we're not learning anything new anymore.
Nope.
Repetition, time on task.
Don't say that.
You say what?
I said, don't say that. Ain't that what Eberflus said all last year? Time on task.
But see, yeah, you need time on task. Is just like keep doing it. Keep doing it. Reps, keep doing it. And it's coach speak. For sure. You'll hear it from coaches all over at every level. Yeah. But it makes sense. And it's one thing that I've been saying. And everything Ben Johnson has said, I've been saying, like, relax. This shit ain't perfect. And yes, I want to see better. But I'm not upset by any means. I'm not concerned. I'm not gonna say upset because of course he's upset, but I'm not concerned yet. I'm not there yet. We got some joint practices coming up. We got some preseason games coming up. Let's see how they look against some teams that haven't ran against our playbook and our install packages for the past since March. Let's see how they look against those guys who don't know what's coming at them. Initial thoughts on what we just heard, fellas, and I'm gonna get some of these chats up here.
You got it, Ronnie.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and then razzle dazzle. I'm going back because he said, "Don't disrespect me." Ain't no disrespect at all. But like I said, I'm confident in my football knowledge. I will put it up against yours and anybody's at any. If you got disrespected by that ain't got nothing to do with me. Ain't got nothing to do with me. Go ahead, Ronnie B. My bad, man.
Yeah, I think like practice makes perfect, and that's the same thing as time on task. You do it enough, you're gonna get really good at it. I think the things that we've been seeing is just practice. It's just learning. I'm not worried about none of this stuff that is going on in these practices or nothing. I am very curious to see how we play against other teams, other than our own guys, because we're also becoming used to our guys, offensively or defensively. You can look at it both ways. Caleb's getting used to what he's looking at. He needs a new look too. So I mean, and they're switching it up as much as they can for him, I'm sure. But it's going to be good to get the Miami practice and the game in or whatever. But I'm not too concerned about nothing that these guys are all talking about. It's just practice. Practice makes perfect. Do it over and over and over, and you will get good. That's how it goes.
Yeah, it's kind of the same thing. Like it's like like cooking a meal, man. It takes time until everything get plated and served.
Right.
I mean, it's going. You ain't gonna know what it's gonna look like. Probably don't know what it's gonna taste like together. Pairing a fine wine with a nice steak. You ain't gonna know it's right until it's on the table and you're enjoying it. And that's what we need to get to. But what I really like about it is how he's like, okay, I've given them majority of what the installs are supposed to be and what they should know for us to go out here and compete in his eyes, which, like I said, he ain't gave me a reason to disbelieve him, so I don't believe what he's saying. But also, like you were saying, Rob, now once you get the whole installs, you get everything, everything that you can possibly do and everything you're supposed to know, like you were just saying right too, it's like now I can just get repetitive in it. And I forgot who said it in that blistered and calloused, that's when you start getting it. That's when you start going over it again, going home, rewatching it, seeing what the tape is, seeing what you do, even seeing like, man, that play didn't really work out too well, but we could have ran this play instead at that type of moment. Now you can have that collaboration with your head coach because you know everything that he's giving you. He knows everything that you're supposed to know. You know what you're good at, what you're not. So yep. I think that's when it's gonna come to like everybody's saying like it's Ben Johnson and Caleb gonna be on the same page. They can't be on the same page because Caleb ain't got all the pages yet.
He ain't got all. Oh my gosh!
You see what I'm saying? So how they gonna link if they don't? I don't know everything he want me to know just yet. She's slowly teaching me, and once we can get down to that, and like I said, with Ben Johnson, putting them in situations, in pressure situations, allowing people to come, calling crazy plays, or even you never know. He like, Dennis, I want you to call this defense real quick so I can see how Caleb reacts on this play because this is probably what he's struggling at. And honestly, that's what you're supposed to see. You're supposed to see all the stuff he's struggling at. Because how you gonna get better? If you're great at this one short pass on this one short play, you ain't gonna keep running it over and over again. We saw that bubble screen action. You know what I mean? We was force fed that. Oh, it worked.
Oh my God.
We seen it so many times. So
hey, do you remember when we had John Shoup as our offensive coordinator? Oh my God, that was horrible. He was the dink and dunk 2-yard passing motherfucker all the game long. It was horrible. It was like during the Kyle Orton era.
Yeah,
it was horrible.
It was soft. It was
super soft.
Yeah, it was soft. It was timid. It was like a real timid.
Yeah, it was like afraid to make the mistake. Don't make the mistake. That's what they were. They were just afraid, waiting for the defense to make a play. Do you see what TP Wade just said? If we're gonna be worried in the preseason if we don't look like a different team, No,
I
I'm
mean, we
not.
look like a different team right now, if you ask me.
Yeah, we're already
you
different.
You got DJ lining up in the back. You
don't never
I mean,
get
you got
concerned
a lot
about
of
preseason. Come on now.
right. You know what I'm saying? You got all kind of stuff was going on, and on top of that, the ones really don't play in preseason anyway. But I would love to see, just kind of how different this Ben runs a game, and I can see
Right.
how he runs it and how he manages it, plays he
Yes, sir.
calls. You know, you sit there and 36, throw the ball. You want them to throw the ball, and they run and don't get it. And as a fan, I said, like, see, I knew we should have threw it or whatever. But just to see how how he runs the game, how he calls the game as the head coach, and and like I said, I mainly want to see how this defense stands up. Uh, Especially the twos on this defense, because I think defensively more players kind of go down and get dinged up a lot because they piling up and car crashing and gang tackling. So
Yeah.
they be tweaked up and kind of be down a lot more than kind of the offensive weapons would be anyway. So you see how they rotate in, like Tyreek, right? All these other guys that's coming in, Hippolyte, how he steps up to it. Like we talked about Daniel Hardy and Austin Booker, they're gonna be ready to come in when they number get called. So, yeah, Cordell Stewart.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
he's taking it back to John Shoup and Stewart. I love Bears fans, man. It's a lot of history with this team.
We don't forget.
Crazy shit we don't forget with this team. But as far as look, and Bear Truth, I think he just mentioned it at some point in the chat. You don't got to be optimistic about the offense or Ben Johnson or the Bears, or I know a lot of people want to specifically always talk about Caleb, but rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be. I'm not telling you to be optimistic, but when you start getting down on them and getting down on Ben or getting down whatever it is that you point out with the bad, point it out. We gonna talk about it. We talk about it all the time. We talk about the good and we talk about the bad, but we don't draw up conclusions as if he need to do this, he need to do that, he's trash. Look, your quarterback is a scrapper. That's a dog right there. And last year should have showed you that when shit hit the fan, he gonna be able to figure it out and navigate his way through it and put us in positions to possibly win a lot of games this season.
Mm-hmm.
What TP talking about? TP.
He's just saying that we look kind of shaky right now, and it's cool to have that. Like I said, that mentality. Like I said, at this point, I don't have no worries. I mean, I ain't got no promises. It's still more to see. More to get into.
So are we looking like the offense was just stringing together good practices? At least 3 or 4 practices was pretty good. But
this is sharing the Giants' feelings.
Yeah, I mean, I seen some late throws in the Giants practice too. That wasn't.
I was just about to say I don't see anything from the Giants.
Yeah,
I don't see anything unless my guy TP posted. I ain't gonna see it on my feed. But it's the Bears. Of course, he gonna see everything.
Everybody got to see us
all through his feed.
But like I said, I'm not calling it optimism. I'm calling it realism. Let's just be realistic. No antics. As Mark, you would say, plenty of time. I'm so proud. Man, I don't know why you ain't said it as much. I was expecting to hear it
because y'all been acting accordingly lately. Y'all didn't stop acting like that. Y'all ain't.
Some of these comments been kind of outrageous, but
it's the comment section. I can't,
okay, but I'm just being realistic because I mean, if you think about it, go back to the Dan Orlovskis and all of the national people. It's gonna take Caleb 4 years to get this down pack. If that's what they saying, and you want me to be like the sky is falling right now, they're the professionals. They done it. Some of them play in the NFL. They know what a playbook looks like, and they saying how crazy and how complicated Ben Johnson's offense is going to be, and it's going to take Caleb 2 to 3 years just to figure it out and just to harness it and all this other kind of stuff. Why am I worried after 3 months? And that's just taking my personal opinion out of it. If I just go and just dumbfounded to read every article and listen to every person on the national stage who say it's going to take some years, we're not going to see the real Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson. So to 2026, 2027. If that's what we said, all right, I'm gonna hold on to the stock and watch it trend up. It might dip a little bit. It might keep going up. It's like people right here. I can tell this. This is how I feel about it right now. It's Bitcoin when nobody wanted it, and now it's worth billions of dollars. So guess what? I can patiently wait to see what happens with this team, Caleb Williams offense. There's no time to run the man ragged or get down on this offense because, like I said, it's a lot of good things to have. And as Bears fans, I mean, you act like we just lost, Tom Brady after 20 years of just killing the league or something, and we just want to get back to the mountaintop again. Like, stop. We just talked about all the terrible quarterback head coach combination experience we done suffered over the last 2 decades. And this offense don't even, I mean, even last year they didn't even look that like we used to see with the, you know what I mean, with the Kyle Orton, like you Cordell Stewart days, like those was that was painful to watch.
Depressing.
So yeah, depressing.
It's a lot. It's a lot of this going on, and that's why I appreciate when Bears fans tune in here because Razzle Dazzle said, "Don't drink the Kool-Aid." We don't drink the Kool-Aid here. That's not what we do. Especially not me. I call dudes out left to right on this goddamn team. We don't do that here. But guess what? We not about to just dog these dudes either. When we watch the film, we know what these players can do. We've seen these players perform well. We've seen them do things that can result to this 11-6 season. We have a coach that's maniacal. You have to be, if you're going to be an offensive coordinator, not just head coach, if you're going to be calling offensive plays in this league, you have to be maniacal. And we finally have that. He's that man is a genius in his own right, in a different way than Matt Nagy was. So it's not drinking a Kool-Aid, but guess what? We absolutely, me and look, Caleb, my guy. So I'm going, it might seem a little bit of bias, but I'm gonna call Caleb out when he fuck up. I'm gonna call him out. Not as much as I call Braxton Jones or Javon Dexter out. It ain't gonna be on that level, that magnitude, because their job is easier. Their job is easier than Caleb's is. What TP say?
He said basically, I'll put it back up. He said basically Bears fans this year is going to be a little underwhelmed due to the learning curve. And I don't think that. It's just
that's not what I'm
we in the off season. This is when you're supposed to have the learning curve. This is where you do it. This is where you make the mistakes and where you get it. Now, like I said, this is week 6, right? And we still talk about week 1. They couldn't get lined up right. Penalties all week 2. They had a good week 3 and week 4. I didn't even talk about wins or losses. And then week 5 and 6, they looked at mediocre. Then I'm worried because this is live. These is live rounds. It's action. And y'all ain't getting it. Practice? Okay, cool. And you learning something new? All right, cool. I'm not finna, like I said, not finna drag them through the mud just yet. And I don't think we're going to be underwhelmed. I think we're going to be quite surprised once they figure it out. Once they say, okay, this is our game plan. Because you got to understand, they're going to have a game plan. This training camp, this ain't the game plan. This is not the game plan. This is material required. This is knowledge needed. And when they get into the week, things gonna slow down. The playbook gonna have specific spots and different places and different people, because like I said, you never know who you're gonna play that next Sunday. And I know everybody got their teams in their training camp, but your best guy might go down a week. Y'all gotta play us and we healthy. And then now our offense is already, your best part of your defense might not be that week you play the Bears and we go crazy on you. Who knows? We might, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not really worried about what this translates to in the actual season just yet.
No, absolutely not, because like I said, we have a maniacal genius at the play calling position, and best believe he gonna draw it up and get his team ready. Look, what we just talked about before we started the show, they're doing all of this right here. The playbook is this thick right now. When the season comes, all right, time to weed out the fat. Time to slice this, throw some of these pages out right now. We gonna come back to those because not Jalen Johnson. Ben Johnson is not an idiot. He's gonna run what his team does well. And look, it's fine. You ain't dragging the team. You've been here. You didn't seen this. And this is for a lot of people who like the older Bears fans. I understand. y'all witnessed. Like we all Bears fans, so we know the history. But the older ones, you've seen this. You lived the bullshit that this team put you through year in and year out. But you gotta like also put your football knowledge to like look at the film, watch the film. Don't just watch games because game. If you want to talk like that, that's what I'm saying. It's fine. You don't got not everybody watches film, but if you want to talk like that, watch the film. Look at it. I don't dog Braxton Jones and Javon Dexter for no reason. I see the film. I watch every rep. I see every rep against the Vikings, against the Lions. I see everyone, and absolutely, I'll make a conclusion. Bear truth, you are hilarious because I'm right there with you. Hey, put that motherfucker in the freezer. Hey, we ain't gonna drink it yet, but we gonna freeze it for sure. Johnny said, if we're thinking training camp and preseason matters, what's your take on a Hall of Fame game blowout to the Lions? Woo. That's to you, Mr. Razzle Dazzle, because I'm sure that ain't to us. Look, if you're tuning in right now with us, chopping it up about the Chicago Bears, hit that like button, please. Subscribe to the channel. Help us grow. Slide if you watching on Facebook, if you watching on Twitter, slide over to YouTube and subscribe for us. Help the channel grow. We go live twice a week, Wednesday nights and Sunday nights during the off season. And when the season starts, we will be here for you every post game live, chopping it up, real, authentic, and passionate Chicago Bears football. I'm your host, Mark Robb, with my co-hosts in the building with me, Chef West to the right of me, OG Ronnie B at the bottom. Man, look, so I had some other takeaways from this press conference. We talked about one. There's a lot going on in the chat. See, y'all help this show go. Y'all help the conversation. It's just like you at the crib, you at the barbershop talking Bears football. Another big thing Ben Johnson said, though, I want to touch on real quick is he talked about the bad practices, how he don't necessarily, and this is cliche. This is cliche. No bad practices. Every bad practice is a learning moment, a learning opportunity to get better, especially in the install. That's when it really matters, because once the install is done and you keep making the same mistake twice, I don't know if how much y'all listen to Ben Johnson in his press conferences, but he's been talking about not making the same mistakes twice. Nobody's really making the same mistakes twice, but he pinpointed a few areas where they keep making the same mistakes twice. So we're gonna talk about that when we talk about what really matters. But that's the way I look at this. That's the way I've been looking at all the training camps. That's the way I looked at training camp from Justin Fields. And that's the way I looked at training camp from Mitchell Trubisky as well. Now, we got the games with those past regimes, and shit was hitting the fan. But that's when you could draw these conclusions. That's when you can say Caleb just sucks if you go out there and throw 90 yards in his first game of the season like they did last season against the Titans. 94 yards, I think Caleb threw for it against the Titans. We still won the game. And let's just be honest. When the season starts, we not only cheering for the offense. Right now, we hate the defense. We despise the defense right now. And they're on our team. But guess what? When the season starts, everything they doing at us, we're going to be like, why the fuck you ain't doing it to them? You just did it. You was beating our ass all training camp. I want to see you beat their ass now. And we going to cheer for you. So, it's a lot of weirdness that goes on. A lot of weird, uneducated takes that come out of Bears Kingdom, Bears fandom. But I'm all here for it as long as they come and put it in our chat and let us talk about it with us.
That's true. But yeah, just to go on your fact of what you were just saying about they're not making the same mistake twice. I mean, didn't we go through that last year, week after week on that long losing streak? We like, why some of these things ain't transitioning week to week? Like, you ain't learned last week, like still kind of the same stuff week in and week out. And that's when we started questioning the staff and coaching and leadership. Like, if you keep doing the same thing week in and week out, somebody not being held accountable, somebody not getting punished. Let's just put it like that. Somebody not getting punished. They don't feel the pain. They think they could just keep being sloppy
Yeah.
and messing up week in
Yep.
and week out. And with Ben Johnson, like you said, how he's in it to me is even during this training camp, because it's training camp, because they're training, by the way. A lot of stuff get cleaned up the next practice and the next practice. Still some stuff that still needs to be cleaned up. But the next practice, they clean it up, And that just shows like, hey, look, Ben Johnson gonna know, the next week what we need to do, what we ain't gonna do, what I can't send them out there with. You know what I'm saying? You ain't sending your kids out there in a tank top and shorts in the middle of Chicago snowstorm, just all unprepared. You know what I mean? So you gonna know what you need to prepare to go out there. That ain't gonna say if you put your beanie on in your park, you ain't gonna still be a little cold, but you're gonna be at least somewhat prepared with your scarf and your gloves and all that on, So I think that's the key point to get up out of this is he recognized that the team still got their flaws. They still got stuff that he wants them to do better, but he do at least respect them enough to know that they're putting in the work to try to get better.
Right.
Which they supposed to be doing right now.
Right. I feel like that's what's happening in practice right now is Ben is unhappy a lot of the times, but then there's other times where he's willing to give us that nod, and he shouldn't be patting us on the back. It should be more like they're not doing well, they're learning, and they're picking it up. But then he said, like, okay, we have a bad practice, but then things are moving along, things are picking up, they're getting better. He says stuff like that, and that's what we want to hear. That's all I want to hear is that we're getting better. Is it because I already think we're good, so I got that going with me. So to say that we're getting better to me makes me feel good as a Bears fan, knowing that we're not making the same mistakes, even though, this is all practice and training camp. They're going to make them. We expect it, but you get better. You improve. Next snap, you get better. Don't do it again. That's all it is, just getting better. But, yeah, I feel like, just sometimes I don't understand some of these guys that, like, I don't know if these guys in the chat are just – have you ever played sports, I wonder sometimes? Like, there's days – when you play sports, anybody who's ever played sports knows you're good one day, you're hot. You're going to have a bad day. I don't care if it's practice or a game. You are going to be hot and feeling it like a motherfucker. And the next day, you can't figure it out. And that's just how sports goes sometimes. If you're really good, you'll have more good days than bad, but you're going to have bad. I don't care no matter what. And I was thinking, Mark, when the games actually start, if I could do a little segment, where we highlight guys doing good and highlight the guys that had a bad game maybe, and say, for instance, if it's not saying anything about Montez Sweat or Jalen Johnson, but whatever the name is, when I'm done talking, I'll say, Montez Sweat, you heard it. Don't make me reword it. And that's to be the end of it.
Look, we got a lot of stuff prepared. Got a lot of stuff prepared for these post-game shows. People who's been with us since last year, they know how we do it here. We got a bunch of different segments we bring out to break down what happened, just to simplify what we seen on the field. So yeah, of course, Ronnie, we're gonna be bringing segments that hold players accountable.
Yes, sir.
On the field, because look, that's when it matters. That's really when it matters.
Yeah,
like, we can do all of this tug of war stuff in the off season all we want, and you can look absolutely Razzle. You don't gotta you can say prove it. I want to see it first. Absolutely. But guess what? We wouldn't have shit to talk about if all we was gonna say is prove it to me. We ain't got shit to talk about. Prove it to me. That's all you gotta say is prove it to me. That's not the business we in. That's not that's not our craft. We dig a little deeper than that, and we talk a little deeper than that. But I respect it, of course.
We ain't all from Missouri.
Yeah, and I just want to bring out. I seen Razzle put in there because he harping on this whole Ben Johnson was mentored by John. But think about this: when somebody mentor you, nobody mentor is perfect. I mean, if you ever had a mentor or somebody looked up to or somebody you wanted to kind of be like, they gonna tell you about the stuff, the mistakes that they made, or you can see the mistakes they made too, and go the opposite route. Like, you can see that this is bad. Don't do this. Like, you watch people. I mean, that's how we get through life. You know what I'm saying? You see your siblings or your coworker or somebody fall or fumble or get punished for something else. You're like, I ain't gonna do that. I know if I do anything, I ain't gonna do that because that punishment for him, that was that I don't want to experience that. So that's what, like I said, accountability come in. If Ben Johnson has that culture that he keeps preaching about accountability and work ethic, and I think he said, don't just come to Chicago think you're gonna survive. You got to come here to thrive. If you ain't trying to thrive, you ain't trying to be a better, like you just gonna be in a roster just because of your name. If you're not like you said, Ronnie, I'll cap you Montez for the Jalen Johnson. If you ain't being better than you was the week before, the year before, all that kind of stuff, you don't need to be here. You gotta show growth. You gotta show improvement. And if, like I said, if that's the mindset, guess what? I don't care who on the team. I don't care what jerseys numbers on that field right now, names on the back of them. The only one that counts is the Chicago Bears. That we can find somebody that wants to thrive.
Yeah.
Somebody else come in, trade for him, draft him, overpay for him, get a steal. I don't care how you know what I'm saying, because that's what it's about. It's about building out that roster to be winners. Like it's great to be fans and have your favorite players, but at the end of the day, we can all agree that hey, winning every single game and winning every single championship every year, back to back is all we really, really want in the end. So you could bring up, like I said, you could bring up whether we should have kept Fields or is Caleb real or if we're gonna move off. It's this, that. Look, as long as the foundation is there, the knowledge is there, you know what I'm saying? The process is correct with championship contender type status. You could bring in you could bring in players. You could bring in you see it all the time. You get a player, they look good over here. You trade from, you sign them free agent, you see them in college doing it, and then they get on your team, and it's like, yeah, that's why we got all these number one overall pick bust lists, like Ryan Leaf and all these guys, and Johnny Manziel and all these people who were supposed to come and rattle the shield, and just didn't hack it. So
what is Razzle Dazzle saying? Ben Johnson is the only genius OC we had. He is the only one. Who's the other one?
I
don't really know what he's referring to, but we haven't had no offensive coordinators on shit in a while.
Look. Because I do want to reiterate, they are having bad days. Caleb is having bad days. Offensive line is having bad days. But like I asked y'all before, because like I said, everybody want to talk about Caleb. But guess what? Jalen Johnson ain't out there. So your DJ Moore and your Roma Dunze ideally should be having a fantastic camp so far going against Tyreek Stevenson. The way Bears fans feel about Tyreek Stevenson. So they should be having a field day against Tyreek and Nashawn Wright. But apparently Nashawn and Tyreek and then Kyler, Jalen Johnson who? Jalen Johnson who? Because you can't tell me Caleb just missing every time, every throw, every time. And then we talk about that offensive line. And this ain't even coming from my mouth. This is coming from the people that's watching these. That offensive line ain't PFF had us ranked fourth. That damn offensive line ain't ranked fourth because I know everybody didn't feel this way, but I mean the Bears D line. Who's the Bears D line? I mean, is there any all pros there? There's no all pros. I don't think there's any all pros on that D line. So like, who's wreaking havoc? So, but look, they are struggling. They struggled today, but they had some good ones. So I'm not just saying, the struggling is okay. They'll get it going. They'll definitely get it going. But that brings me to my next, our next segment, and the question I asked y'all fellas earlier on, because we do have to take some, some silver linings out of this, or not even silver linings, but we do have to take a look at it in a different way. We've been talking about it, and that's what matters most. What matters most out of everything that's going on? We saying this don't matter, that don't matter. Don't worry about this, don't worry about that. It's preseason, it's training camp, it's practice. Something got to matter though. So that's when I want to ask y'all fellas, and I hope we've been thinking about it. What matters most? What matters most to y'all? And the grand scheme of things from training camp, not when the game starts. Right now, from what we've seen, what matters most?
I think for me, it's understanding the game plan, understanding what, like you said, and that's why, like I said, I'm not jumping on them because they ain't in that they ain't got all the information yet. And Ben Johnson brought up was it on Caleb or did he run the wrong way? He ran the wrong way. Like when you brought up DJ and Rome, and I was, some of these is like, okay, on this did I get to play clear? Because I think this route is this. I think Hawk, I'll do a post. Oh, it was a curl. Okay, I cannot like it's that getting all the insight and them understand the terminology in the playbook as well. Because like I said, people gonna run wrong routes. People gonna make it, and it ain't gonna be all on Caleb. Like you said about all the sacks, it ain't gonna all just be on Caleb, and it's not gonna all be on the line, and it's not gonna all be on Caleb and the line. It could be just a bad play call or a very good defensive play call against us that, you know, we didn't get that one. All right, let's get that. That's why we get 4 downs. That's why you get 4 downs. It's not 1 and out. You don't get out there and go, okay, we're gonna run off the plays. If we get a first down, we can keep the ball. If you don't get a first down, now you got to get the ball back to the other team. That's why you get 4 downs. That's why you get 4 tries. Because it's going to be a play. It's going to be a moment. Like you were just saying, right? It's going to be a play where player slips, they're tired, or they're just having a bad day. Like all these things is going to happen. The most important thing to me is understanding the game plan as far as players is what's in that book that can be called and what your job is to do every single time. If you can understand that, you can execute that without any penalties and without messing up, I think that's going to propel any team into success. And then that comes to Ben Johnson. When you do get in those situations, how's your game plan? That's not. This is where I can kind of agree with Doubts about Ben Johnson. We don't know what Ben Johnson going to do through these games, being the head coach and calling, because he ain't did it yet. We don't know how he's going to handle these games. We don't know how he's going to prepare for these games. Like I said, genius. Well, last year Caleb Williams was generation. Now our head coach is a genius offensive mind and all that kind of stuff. Well, we got to see it too. We got to see how he game plan. We got to see what he's going to do when his offense is struggling to get a first down or yard. How he's going to change stuff. How he's going to change stuff up during halftime. Because remember, we looked at this team plenty of times going into halftime. Like we got to figure out something. We should come out doing something totally different. Because the first half we didn't do shit, and then we come out and we do the same fucking shit for the next quarter and a half. And some of those games we were still kind of in it. It was still kind of, it was a timeout away, a block field goal away, a bad decision away from coaching. All these other kind of things that was play factors. So for me, that's what it is for me. As long as these players understand what Ben Johnson wants them to do in training camp and getting it right, not the little sloppiness. I mean, I ain't even mad at the sloppiness either. Just knowing what you're supposed to do, because it's football. Dirty games, you can still win a dirty game. You can still win a hard fall game. That's why people bet the over and under all the time. You know, so we had that 6-3 game against Seattle last year. If we just had one touchdown, one good drive, we would have won. So that's what I think it is. I think it is knowing what you're supposed to do, knowing your job, and not getting penalties, not hurting yourself, not shooting yourself in the foot.
What matters most? I think everything you said definitely matters. Definitely matters. I think that's very important because it emphasizes the time we're in, the period we're in. Training camp, not even preseason. We're in training camp. Training camp. Get the playbook. Get it down. Understand what we want to do. Understand what we want to run. Understand what we want to call and how we want to call it. I think that's very important because then, like I said, when you apply that against a team who don't know what you do and don't know what you want to call, you'll have the advantage instead of going against a fucking defense that you've been playing against since March. They fucking seen it all. OG Ronnie B, you wanna jump in what matters next, or should I go with?
I can say a little something. I'm gonna just parrot basically what both of you said on the discipline thing. I just feel like the discipline and the penalties is where the discipline comes in, and it's not just on the offense; it's on the defense too. You need to be where you're supposed to be. You need to cover your assignments and stay disciplined in what you're supposed to be doing. If you're not supposed to take that receiver, then stay in your gap or whatever. Like stay where you're supposed to stay. Don't go rogue. Same thing with the offense. If you're route running, run it precise because he is gonna. If you go off just a little bit, that's where some of these picks come in. You're like, well, when they show the replay, you're like, who was he throwing that to? And it's because it was way off, no one near him. It's because he ran the wrong route. He wasn't on page, like shit like that. Like just be on page and be where you're supposed to be at all times. Know what you're supposed to do. Everybody has a job. Do your fucking job. That's basically it.
What matters most? What matters most to me is some of a part of some of the struggles we've been having, and that's pre-snap procedure. I definitely think that matters. I think getting in and out of the huddle, what they've been struggling at. They had 3 delay of games today. You shouldn't have those. You don't need to have those. Get the play in, get the play called, get to the line of scrimmage, and what happens there is all circumstantial. Whether Caleb gets rushed, man in his face, hand in his face, he throw an interception, or we hand the ball off and DeAndre Swift gets stopped for a loss of 2. Everything from there is circumstantial. But what matters most right now for me, in my opinion, get the fucking play in, get in the huddle, get out the huddle, sprint to the line of scrimmage, 15, 20 seconds left on the clock, dissect it. I need that to be clean. They're not clean. They're still not clean. It was good. It was good the last three practices we've been here. But today, when you add the game element, the game day like feel element, some players was nervous. Cole Kmet spoke about it. He said not just the young guys, not just the new guys, rookies, but he think the whole team was nervous in a sense because of the game day feel being back at Soldier Field for the first. But look, and let me comment on that real quick. First of all, if y'all nervous, what the fuck? Y'all better get that shit out your fucking system. Because you think going into US Bank Stadium, y'all had 20,000 fans at Soldier Field. You go to US Bank Stadium week 1. You talk about fucking nervous. But this is when you do it. This is why Ben Johnson made them stay in the hotel. Like they were, a game day type thing and everything. This is why he did those things. Keep putting these up there. This is why he did those things. This is why he did what he did today. Get your routine right, rookie. Caleb, you ain't been here. You ain't been in Soldier Field since I don't know when. Bunch of months ago. Let's do it. Let's start getting it in. They were supposed to practice tomorrow. Guess what? They ain't practicing. They take Mondays off during the season. This upcoming week will be a game-like week for them leading up to those joint practices, and then we'll be preseason game on Sunday. But I absolutely need to see the pre-snap procedure stuff get better. That's unacceptable. I'm not with that at all. If anybody want to dog them for that, I'm right there with you. The least you can do is get the play in, Caleb. Get the play called to your team, Caleb, and get them lined up, Caleb. And then the players, wide receivers, young guys, get lined up where you're supposed to be. Let's go. Because you can't do shit right. That's where those penalties start. They had 3 delay of games today. You can't 3 delay of games, and it sounds like it's only 3, but you can't have that. You can't have that in the season, especially not with this team. No room for error. I need the pre-snap procedure to be crisp, and everything from there, from when Caleb hikes that ball, is all circumstance. It's all football. Let it all hang out. I don't care about none of that that's going on. He threw an interception. He missed him. He did this. He did that. Get to the fucking line. Get the play call. That's the least you could do, and they're not doing that right now. They're not doing that right now. So, in my opinion, that's what matters most right now when we talking about training camp. Unless you just absolutely stinking it up. Any comments on what I had to say, or because otherwise, OG Ronnie B, I'm ready for yo.
I just wanted to thought like this to kind of relay what you were saying about like pre-snap procedure. That's kind of what it is. It's like it's been better in the last week and a half. I think Bear Truth put in there like the quarterback center exchange is still kind of funky. Well, it's the first time y'all doing it. It's something. That's one of those things that you just got. That's one of those things that those repetition things. That ain't even about getting the play call in nothing. It's just about how you want to.
Skill.
It's just a
like
feel
said,
for it. You got to have a feel for that. You just got to keep doing it, and they got enough time to keep doing it. Correct. For me, I'm not worried because a lot of the stuff that we talk about is stuff that kind of could be fixed with just focus and preparedness, like you were saying about staying in a hotel, taking Mondays off, being nervous coming into Soldier Field, all this other kind of stuff, and that's what's important. And once that narrative is gone, because like I said, 2.5 weeks ago, Caleb was incompetent. He couldn't understand Ben Johnson's offense.
Oh my gosh!
And then 9 days later,
let him
Ben Johnson, like that was on. Back then it was like we only got through 4 of the 12. I'm not going to sit here and worry just yet. And we still got 2 or 3 more left. I still got 2 or 3 more things to teach you. But the one thing I need you to do is, like you said, get to the line, get the play call, get to the line up. And I always bring this up. I probably bring it up every single show that I possibly can. It's a video of Tom Brady lining up with the Patriots, and he screams at Gronkowski and tell him stand up because he's in the wrong. He's in the 3-point stance he don't supposed to be. Stand up. Oh man, did that make Gronk like a terrible tight end because he wasn't in the right, stance on the right play? Because it happens, lapses happens. But if Caleb know all 12 installments, he know where everybody's supposed to be. He can get up to that line and look and say, "Oh, Rome, no, closer. That's not what he's supposed to be. This is what he's supposed to be." To help, because people have mental lapses, like you said, right? Bad days. You got to train those things out, and then on top, you got to train Caleb to catch it before it happens. Once Caleb started doing it, I think we're gonna be just fine. And like you said, his play, he's gonna show. He won a Heisman or a number overall for nothing. So I think his play should show. And given like you said, Mark, we saw 17 games of them, and we saw the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I think we should see more of the good this coming around. And like I'm assuming, I know Roger, I said we ain't God, we don't know what's gonna happen, but that's the why we're here. That's what makes us fun. We can assume, and then when it happens, we can sit here and face the music, as they say.
Right. And look, that's why I love when the fans is here and we all talking as Bears fans, because you can come back on here after a game and be like, hey Mark, hey Rob, hey Chef West, Ronnie, didn't y'all just say this and then the third was gonna happen? That shit didn't call us out on it. We want to be called out on it. We want that. That's how this shit is supposed to be. But Wes, you talked about something when it came to Caleb, and I'm glad you hit on it because we seen him last year. We seen how he played surrounded by fire. I am so confident. Look, and I'm really willing to go out on a limb with this one. I'm confident. Everything he's doing right now is classroom work. This is classroom work. This is when the shackles, the handcuffs and all that is off, and the ropes, and that kid just go out there and play football, that's when the magic happens. He's learning right now. Absolutely. He's learning. Colston's learning. Fucking what other rookies are out there? I know Caleb's not a rookie, but Rome's learning.
Rome's still learning. You got Luther Burton out there learning. Over half of our left tackles are still learning. I mean, if you want to think about it, all of our left tackles is still learning. If you want to throw Braxton Jones ass and that, he still got some stuff to learn. So
they're thinking, and I won't say we all, I won't assume, but when you play football, when you think you're too slow, when you think you're behind, they're not at that point yet where they could just boom, 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 let it all hang out and go out there and do their thing. But look, Razzle, Bear Truth, Ricky, Johnny, J2K, everybody that's been in the chat tonight. Mark, look, this quarterback that we got, I guarantee you, he will be fine. He will be fine. We have a tough schedule, a tough ass schedule, because I mean, we talked about it. We talked about the top edge rushers that we facing,
Mhm.
and I'm, that's
That's
like I
assuming
said,
they there.
circumstance.
That's assuming they gonna be there. Ask Detroit with what's his name? Aiden Hutchinson. Ain't that his name? He broke his leg.
Yeah.
Aiden. You assuming they gonna be there. That's my whole point. You never know what you're gonna get. You never know what you're gonna get. And we just got, like I said, we just gotta be good enough than another team every single Sunday. And I think we can be.
Razzle, I didn't read this out. I didn't. He said
Mhm.
if he been playing that same defense since March, he should know. Like you said about the defense, if that's the case, he should be picking their ass apart because he should know. Are you serious?
That's not how it works in training camp. You put them in
Yeah.
you put them in a bad situation. So,
Have you ever played offense and defense?
Blitz.
Have you ever played quarterback? Actually, fuck that. Quarterback, running back, hit your hole. I hand the ball, hit your gap. You gotta have vision. Just the quarterback position is very complex. Very complex. That comment right there. I was with you, I understood with you, but this comment is like, let me know that you feel like the quarterback position ain't complex at all. It's very simple, and that's not the case. Not the case at all. But he's learning a new playbook. Look, if this was year 5 of Ben Johnson, I might be inclined to agree with you because he's been running this same shit, all the motions. Look, there's so many motions. I don't know if y'all heard Dan Wiederer.
Mhm.
All of the beat reporters that got podcasts that be watching this offense, they have never seen so many motions. The quarterback on Netflix, Kirk Cousins mentioned how much those fucking motions in that new Falcons offense that he was running, he was struggling with it. That was too many motions for him to get it, and that's Kirk Cousins. That's Kirk Cousins.
Warner said the same thing. Kurt Warner said the same thing. He said the complex. He said Caleb's gonna be fine. He said it's just a super complex offense. He said if he just listens to Ben Johnson, he should be fine. And that's all. Like I said, once they start speaking the same language, once they start riffing like a band, I don't know, like the Eagles, what else? Rolling Stones, the Beatles. Once y'all start clicking Temptations, once y'all get y'all groove in and y'all on rhythm and in connection with each other, you gonna make beautiful music, as they say. But they still learning the songs, the lyrics, the tempo. They still composing this. At the end of the day, that's what we got to realize. They still composing this. And everybody said, oh, well, like he said, we've been through this before. Okay, everybody go through this every year. When it's a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator come in, new defense coordinator. I mean, if you watch them, if you listen to a lot of people who talk about even a professional football player, they say even veterans coming back in and they next year come in and training camp goes a certain way. It looks a certain way. It's a certain way because we're not just going to sit out here and make it easy for you. We're not going to set it up for you just to do, be good at what you're doing. You ain't just, you ain't just going out there. We're going to keep running the same play because we know we can get yards in training camp. How's he going? What is he going to do? All right, let's put him in a situation where everybody comes free. Let's let them run and scramble and see. And on top of that, it's up to the receivers too. We gonna have them scramble. We want to throw a jump ball to Rome. We want to see if Rome have you been doing what you supposed to be doing all season, getting stronger, catching balls. You brought it up on I forgot who said it about when he threw it. I think it was Loveland when he threw the ball right before he broke, and Loveland just didn't catch it for that touchdown. It's like that's that anticipation that you're training yourself to do. So when you go out there, you don't have to think about it. He breaking in. We got this. So like I said, stop being worried. It's okay.
Razzle, this is a great comment, and I spoke about it last week, and I played a clip on it last week as well. People didn't know that they were. Look, I'll read the comment. He said, "Y'all would not know that he was doing some of the things on purpose until Coach said that." Think about it. If he didn't let us know that, it was on purpose. Look, they was letting Montez Sweat in on purpose. A lot of things was by design. A lot of things was on purpose. They were doing on purpose. They were trying to do that. And That's what I was saying. Like people drawing up all these conclusions, like, oh my gosh, Montez Sweat just destroyed Darnell Wright, and he just didn't even touch him. Shit was on purpose. Now you talking about Darnell Wright, and the shit was on like it's practice. And I went to training camp this past Saturday, and I was watching. This is my second training camp, and I'm just like, I'm watching it, soaking it all in. It's a great experience. Every Bears fan should be able to go. But I'm like, there's actually people out there keeping track of every fucking pass this kid is making. I'm watching it, and it dawned on me like, there's somebody out here right now that's about to tweet Caleb is 2 for 9 or 3 for 5 or 4 for. I'm like, that is insane. The way that practice was. First of all, there ain't shit going on for first of all. That shit is slow paced as hell. That it's 2 hours of if you don't love football,
you're gonna go to sleep.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what and until they come to 7-on-7s and 11-on-11s and then the 1-on-1s. But other than that, it's bag work. It was disgusting when I was thinking about it. I'm like, this is sick. Y'all actually tracking these, and then because you get one series, and then Caleb leaves, and then here comes Bajent, but they got 4 quarterbacks, so every quarterback gonna get come to this podcast because we'll get that shit out of you quick. All of that bullshit that y'all stat tracking shit, we'll get that out of you.
What
quick.
You mean?
Exactly. My fucking boy.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
It is. What you mean? He went 2 for 7. It was red zone pressure drills.
Exactly.
What about the safety, Ben Johnson? Of course, we don't want to get safeties. Why y'all asking me stupid questions? We want to get 2 first downs. We on the one. I put them on our 1 yard line to train them to say, hey, this is how we get up out of this situation. These are the multiple ways we're gonna get up out of this situation. But the goal is at the end of the day, hey, 2 first downs, and now we good. Now I can, it's the plan. It's prepping. Come on, man. Y'all like y'all don't prep. Y'all light the incense and candles and put on that little Luther when she come over. Make sure you shower. Like you'll just right. You prepare for it. So let's calm down. And everybody keeps saying like, oh, we ain't never this. At some point in time, every team ain't never had a quarterback that did something or a running back that didn't break a record or somebody who didn't do that, and it happens.
No, and Razzle,
yeah.
My bad. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say every year you get the chance to do that, to be better, to get that accolade, to make a Pro Bowl. I think Grady Jarrett is All Pro, by the way. I think he was like All Pro like 2019 or 2020, something like that. It was a while ago, but he been in the league forever, so. But he did make an All Pro.
Yeah.
But that's my whole thing. It's like when you get somebody like that with a track record, you can gauge. A lot of these players that we buying the jerseys and hanging our hats on, they ain't even really had the chance to do it yet. Like we looking at like the Lovelands, like, oh man, he should have caught that. He's training camp. He's a rookie. Yeah, he should have caught that. Now, if you go to all the beat reports and say, hey, how does Grady Jarrett look out there? They like, man, he look like he's 25 out there. He out there yelling at offensive lineman. You think I'm a rookie? You gonna let me go through? Like he's out there because he's done this before. He knows how to do it at a high level. We're training the rest of them to do it.
And remember, Grady and Dahlman, they've been battling for the last in Atlanta together. Like they've been doing this. So. Oh man, I love it. I fucking love it, man.
Shit, just do it, JP. Yeah, you just shut up.
I don't even want to go down that Packer rabbit hole for real, man.
Shut up.
They oh man. Look, hey, I'm glad you back, Ronnie B. Let's do it. Let's do a little bit of stock up, stock down. Wes, if you got some new ones you want to do, or you want to reiterate 1 or 2, you can do that as well.
I could throw a couple more on my list.
Bear Truth said also, fellas, we watch Grant Cohen and Coach's Huddle. 49er Pods, they got They got call-in shows that are very good. No Bears podcast does that. Maybe you guys can figure out how to get that going. Oh my gosh.
We working
Oh,
on it.
we be here to 5 a.m. with call-in shows for sure. You know, we opinionated. We're very. I know I'm opinionated, and I know Bears fans are as well. But that's a great idea, Bear Truth. You keep bringing great ideas to this podcast, and I appreciate you for that. Look, for those that's tuning in, all 239 of y'all across all the platforms right now, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If you're on Twitter, repost it. The Black Bear Podcast, one word, no spaces. That's the Black Bear Podcast, one word, no spaces. We go live Wednesday nights, Sunday nights during the off season. When the season starts, we will be live after each and every game. Look, you can find us on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. I'm your host, Mark Rob, with my co-host in the building, Chef West to the right of me, OG Ronnie B at the bottom of your screen. What Johnny talking about?
Nah, it's all Johnny. You know, rep your team, man. But you know how this go with us Bears fans and Packers fans.
Said now the most respect I've ever felt was when Roshan Johnson scored a TD. Why does that disrespect you? He's a goal line back. He's going to get his 1 yard touchdown. That's what he does.
He does the Isn't Love dance.
What is that? What's the Isn't Love dance?
I don't know.
I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah. Tell us what that is, JP. Bear Truth says, yeah, go watch them. Yeah, go watch them. You will see Coaches Huddle and Grant. They do a good job. I got you. Well, I'll check them out. We always striving to get better here on this podcast. We definitely, trying to reach new heights. We are on the road to 500 right now. We just hit 400 last week. We're on the road to 500. The numbers is going up. The subscriptions are going up. People liking what they see. They liking what they hear. So we appreciate that for sure.
We might do. I think that's a good idea. We could probably do 5 calls or show.
Figure it out. And call in and it ain't nothing to send that link out, Razzle. Bear Truth. It ain't nothing to send that link out and put you right there at the bottom right spot. Give you a bottom right chair on the screen. If y'all really want to talk football, I know when that red dot go up there and they say live, some people freeze up, and that's okay. That's okay. Okay. Like I said, all 238 to 240 of y'all from across all platforms. You may not see the numbers on your platform, but across all platforms. Appreciate y'all being in here. 241 now. But look, OG Ronnie B, like I said, I tasked you with it. We talked about it last week. We gonna do a little bit more of this during as off-season program, not off-season program, but training camp goes and then preseason goes. Stock up and stock down. Because I know somebody I talked about stock down last week definitely ain't got stock down this week, and I'm gonna kick it off. Let you get a little bit more time. OG,
go ahead.
Luther Burden, that stock shot all the way the fuck up. And what did I say? Look, I'm not down on you, Luther, but it's just I ain't seen you. I ain't seen you since such and such. Since when I ain't seen you since the last time I seen you. But when I seen you, I saw you. You know what I'm saying? I seen him and I saw him. So Luther Burden's stock is up. He looks explosive. In that 87, he looks big. Look, all these dudes is bigger in person when you see him. But that dude, when we looked at his highlights, West come in the off season and watched them we played them all on air. Look like a little speedster. Hell no, that is he's bigger than what people think, and he has the speed. You know what I'm saying? Luther Burden stock is all the way to fuck up. I would buy in on that stock. Whatever his passing yards is, I'd have to see what they got on FanDuel or whatever betting app or website.
I think they got him around like 5 or 6 right now.
5 or 6. Damn, I don't know about 5 or 6. I thought they was gonna sell him. I thought they were gonna do him dirty. He might get 5, but probably bet the over, at least on his catches for sure.
I think it's gonna be higher, especially like you said last week. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I've heard people talking about, oh man, Luther Burden might be number 1 all over again. Every week, somebody gonna be number 1 because they show up and show out. So I'm with you on it.
But me personally, I had him stock down last week just based on what was going on. Definitely stock up for me. Definitely a stock up. OG Ronnie B, you got to stock up or stock down.
Yeah. It's
Both.
funny that you said that though, because when you stepped away earlier, me and Wes was talking about that. I was saying Luther Burden was one of my that like was up, and Wes was saying he didn't pick him because he didn't have enough snaps. But we were all talking about that and agreed on it too. But if I'm gonna pick a person besides Burden, I gotta say Odunze. My stock is up on Odunze right now. I think he's looking more like a number one than anything right now. He looks like he's just ready to take control. He really is understanding his role on this team. He is just the number two, yes, but he's acting like he's the number one. He's going out and showing it and acting like it. So I got to give Rome Odunze my stock up for this week anyway. And my stock down for a while now. I've been kind of down on Montez just because of his performance last year, I guess. But I'm gonna say since all this stuff started with Ben coming in and everything, it seems like Montez has been available and made himself available for every practice, every little mini camp, every little whatever's going on. He is available. He's working, and he's even watching film on Cam Hayward working in Dennis Allen's defense. So it sounds like he's putting in the work. He was a guy I was down on. I'm not so much down on him now. More so than anything, it's still the offensive line I'm down on. It doesn't matter who the center is or the quarterback. They're fumbling it. It doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter if it's Bateman to Bajan or Dahlman to Caleb. It doesn't matter. They're just having problems. So the main thing I'm down on right now is the offensive line because I have high hopes for them, very big hopes. And they're just right as of right now, they're letting me down. But I do know that it's training camp and preseason, so I'm not getting all excited about it just yet. But it is something that I'm a little worried about.
Thank you. I think people trying to hide the fact that the offensive line is a boring position. So I think people try to they don't focus on it as much. The offensive line, these quarterbacks are running for their life. It's not just me. I should clip up everybody that I've heard say it. They're running for their life, and that's not what we paid for. We didn't pay Dahlman for that. We didn't pay Tooney, Jonah Jackson for that. And Darnell Wright, you ain't gonna get paid if you keep you said Montez Sweat was your stock. I don't know. You said stock down. Montez Sweat, I've heard he been having his way with Darnell Wright on that side, and Sweat also had a pretty good day today. But you said you were down on him, not as down, but you still need to see more for sure. And I definitely need to see more. But this Dennis Allen defense, I think is gonna help him. It's gonna shake him loose because like we talked about at the beginning of the show, they're sending Brisker and Kyler, but Bayard and a corner blitz, Bayard and fucking Tremaine. They're sending heat at this offensive line. They're not picking that blitz up. And guess what? I'm glad he's doing it because week one, that's all you're gonna see against that exotic defense that Brian Flores is deploying. So you know what? We was on the same page with that offensive line one. You got another one you finna jump in there with, Wes?
Yeah. My stock up, big stock up. One of them went in the chat again. I was one of them. But my big stock up is Kyle Monangai. Kyle Monangai, just consistent. Like when I'm watching him out there, he looked just like he did at Rutgers. He's getting in those holes. He's bouncing. Like if you see him, he's bouncing off guys, and then like I said, I can't wait to see him against another team that's trying to actually put him down hard, like really, really hard. Because I know they're out there tackling, they're out there hitting each other. But for me, I still gotta feel like it's 85-90% kind of deal. You ain't cheap shots and all this other kind of stuff. So Kyle Monangai, big ups, big praise coming from him. I mean, man, and as a 7th round pick too. I mean, everybody, get Brock Purdy so high hopes, Mr. Irrelevant last week. We gonna talk about that, and everybody complain. Oh, we waited too long to, get that running back. And me as well. Don't get me wrong. I'm sitting there too. But if Kyle Monangai is what Ben Johnson is saying he is, and how he's looking, and if he's that kind of productive, even as a number 2, because I think he might end up really close to being in that realm. Oh man, that looks good.
I like that one. Bear Truth on the same.
And my
on the
other
same
one
wave.
is my other. I talked about him earlier because I said I didn't think I would see him as much, but Zacchaeus out there. Alameda Zacchaeus out there. OZ out there. Like you hear him out there, like just one of those guys that I guess you can talk about like Nashawn Wright in a way, like the league kind of didn't highlight enough, but if you listen to him, they I think somebody put a professional out there working out there. I mean, getting it in and just solidifying that wide receiver room where it's like for me and having that depth in that group as well, where you can give those wide receivers some breaks, give them to catch their breath. Then you getting those fresh legs out there almost every other down. That's like I said, they know the playbook, they know what they're supposed to be. They run the drop off ain't there, and everybody talk about that gives Caleb more power to be a better quarterback when they're running hard and running the right routes. I mean, I seen I think it was who was he blocked for? I think it was OZ. I seen Rome just stand somebody up on a block after OZ caught a pass and he stood him up in the red zone. It's like you see in there where these wide receivers, like I said, blocking so they can get the rock the next time, all that kind of stuff. So big Kamanan guy and OZ, like stock rising fast.
I like those, and Bear Truth seemed like he on the same wavelength as you, especially with Kyle Monangai. We heard in the presser we just watched from Ben Johnson. They asked him, "Are you seeing like Kyle Monangai is a lot more than his combine numbers show?" And Ben Johnson said, "Absolutely." Dude ran, what was it, a 4.6 40 or something
like that?
Something like that. He like that shit don't matter. This man is out here working. And Bear Truth coming in said, "I hope Kyle could be that Montgomery type."
Yeah,
that would be awesome. And that's exactly what we would love for him to be, because we don't got that type. Your other guy with stock up was Zacchaeus, and honestly, I don't think, like, I heard a lot of Loveland when Luther came on the scene. I heard a lot of him, but I think OZ was the most I've heard. I think I heard he had the most. He probably had the most catches out of any wide receiver out there up in training camp altogether up until this point. Which, I mean, again, ridiculous, but still, what I mean, something to talk about if you want to talk about it.
I mean, and if you watch the clips too, like whether he's running with the ones or twos, like he getting the ball, he's like you said, getting those catches, he getting the ball, whether Caleb or Bajan or whoever throwing him the ball, he working, man. So he working for his spot. So
he's getting that separation that I've been talking about. Like, if Jalen Johnson ain't out there, why the fuck we not getting separation? Like, aren't we dogs?
Right.
Aren't we getting paid 100 and whatever DJ getting paid? And then aren't we a top 10, 110? Aren't we top 10 pick? Rome, coasting. Well, I mean, they're not gonna be on coasting, but aren't we? Aren't we these dudes? So let's make it happen. And when Jalen come back, then I could be like, okay, you got Jalen on you, so he got it, But it's Nashawn Wright and Tyreek Stevenson. Now I could be being disrespectful to them too, but until them two show me that, okay, because Jalen Johnson, we all heard Jalen Johnson, there's a scenario where he'll be ready for week 1. A scenario meaning there's also a scenario he won't be ready for week 1.
Right.
Remains to be seen. So until I see y'all two out there, I'm gonna have to disrespect you until I see Nashawn Wright and Tyreek Stevenson locking down these NFC North wide receivers. I gotta be disrespectful to you. I'm sorry. So we should be winning that matchup, and it's not happening. It ain't happening. Those were two good ones. I got a new one this week, and that's DeAndre Swift. I don't know if you said Swift last week, Wes, but
no, he didn't make
I got
it
Swift
last
this week. I've been seeing it. Just clips of not necessarily him with the ball in his hands, but he's been catching passes and not just picking up 5, but he's been picking up at least 10 yards. I've seen at least 3, 4, 5 clips of him, Caleb dumping it off to him, that's what we need. The quick dump off. That's easy for you. Let him do all the work. Outrunning the linebackers. Obviously, It don't take rocket science to notice. He's going to outrun the linebackers. Let's put it in the ball in his hands, and he's been doing that. He's been outrunning linebackers for sure. That's my stock up. He said, "You guys worrying about the wrong people." Well, we've been doing stock ups, so I don't know.
It's one of those. Let's all focus on Caleb deals, and we gotta.
You seen it coming? Yeah, you seen it coming.
Easy. This easy. You see how that? I did my training clap. I was a rookie at this last year. This is my second year doing this. I see what y'all doing. I don't need no installs. I know what's coming in the chat. It's cool. Yeah, we focused on him. You late. Come. We 2 hours in. Get here early. If you ain't on the page 15 minutes before we start going live, you're late.
You gave it. You all. Yeah.
But yeah, we talked about it. Rewatch it.
All right.
Y'all got any more stock up or stock downs for the week? Ronnie, West.
I'm kind of leaning on. I'm just stock down on the like. I mean, he already said the whole offense, but I'm still just stock down on that left tackle position. It's not like you said, separation for the receivers. I don't see the separation in that position between those three guys, especially what you got. Like I said, Karan ain't even out there. And it's still kind of iffy between Ozzy and Braxton. It's like Nita. We getting close. But like I said, stock on Ben Johnson and DA definitely.
I know a couple weeks ago or whatever when I was on here, I said that I think Braxton Jones is going to get the start when the season starts. But what I've been hearing now that it's down to the two, because Kieran's obviously sidelined and he ain't in the competition, so it's down to Ozzy and Braxton. But it sounds like Ben Johnson's walking Ozzy through everything, talking to him. And the reason is because he drafted Ozzy. He studied him. He don't know shit about Kieran or Braxton, and I don't know if he's interested. He's focusing on Ozzy and walking him through and giving him the pointers or whatever. And maybe Ozzy's the guy. Maybe he's the guy. We'll see.
Stock down on Braxton Jones calves.
Yeah.
Look, I said it.
At his calves.
Yesterday, he had all the reps. He had all the first team reps. Ozzy did.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they try to play that up as, this person will do first team reps the next day and we're rotating and blah, blah, blah. But I mean, that's real too, but is it though? Are you really giving somebody else? Are you favoring someone else and giving them more attention? I don't know. That's possible too, though.
I mean, some people can just, even if that, like I said, some people can and just, hey,
yeah.
At the end of the day, you don't nepotism and favoritism ain't gonna ride if you just got somebody that's like he's just better.
I think Ben Johnson's he ain't gonna play favoritism on a person. You have to be that guy, or he ain't gonna put you in the lineup. Period.
Yeah, that don't sound like Ben at all.
Yeah.
El Salon stock goes up when Caleb goes to town. Can't really see it. Look at them calves. Look at those calves. I don't like. Look at his whole lower base, like from his waist down. That is
what I look at. Is the guys next to him? Look at all the guys next to him.
Exactly.
Calves. They all have calves.
This shit, I'm telling you, if you're wondering why everybody say you can't, your anchor, you're struggling with your anchor, you can't defend the bull rush. What's going on, Braxton? Look at this picture. You ain't stopping shit with them legs.
That's Caleb's blind side too.
The more they drag this shit out, and just for me, the more they drag this shit out, the more I'm gonna look at Ozzy sideways. Snatch it right out of his mouth, snatch it right out of his hand. Wherever, just take it from him. Because what are we doing?
Yeah,
what are we doing? That's it. This is the NFL, and your legs are. Oh, that's actually disgusting. That's gross.
And the picture don't do him no justice. Just the angle of everything in the picture. It just looks.
Right. The lighting's bad. Everything's
Light
horrible.
is bad.
The picture adding
The bow is like he bow legged, like
on it.
knock knees or something. It's just like it's just a bad picture.
Oh man. I do not like Braxton. He's cool, but you could he ain't no left tackle. He ain't no left tackle. It's clear. Okay. I think it's that time. Let's see what we got in here. Lockdown, fake Bears fans. I'm right there with you. See, that's crazy. I don't know why I put that up. Yeah, he needs to work on those hammies for sure.
Ice coming for you.
He said atrophy at his finest.
Yeah, at his finest, he won't be the starter. No, he can't. He can't. I would be so disappointed in Ben Johnson if he was a starter. You know what? Who I have not heard from? I'm gonna do one more stock down, and this ain't even got nothing to do with performance based or none of that. Have y'all heard anything about Javon Dexter? Anything? Like, is he good? Is he bad? Is he stretching? Is he?
I heard nothing.
Is he with the ones? Now, granted, I ain't really heard too much of who's been with the ones. That's another thing why I wish I lived out there. If I lived in the city, I would have went to every single training camp date that I was giving away. I'd be there.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't know, like, because the practice I went to, the offense, the team was on the other. You couldn't even fucking see it. And from what I heard, that was only 2 out of 10 practices that happened. So I'm like, God damn, I'm just bad luck. But why aren't y'all like, who's on the D line? Who's starting? Who's the 2 starting D tackles? We know a Dangbo's out there. Actually, Dangbo was he was supposed to give out signatures, and he signed like 2 people, and then just like, I don't know, he was weird. Dangbo was a little weird, but anyway, who's out there? Tell us who's out there. Like, I don't know, man. Some of these Bears beat reporters, they get paid for nothing.
They just go into the watch practice. They ain't even telling us nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, there we go, Johnny. There you go, Johnny. Tell me something. He got into the backfield today, making something happen. I'm sure he did it happen on a blitz or something, because he ain't just beating his own man on his own. But no, he's massive. He is a massive dude. I did see him. He is definitely the biggest D lineman they have. When they were lined, he towers over them dudes. But yeah, that dude's massive. Yeah. Dexter, quiet, stock down on Dexter. It was already down. So look, fellas, any last Bears comments, news, concerns y'all want to get out there before we get up out of here? I mean, Ben Johnson, Dennis Allen.
No, I just want to we ain't play him. I forgot. I just thought about it when I listened to Ben Johnson this week. The special teams.
Hightower?
Hightower. He came out, he did a presser like a week or so ago and talked about how, how they matter, how he has some things like, don't forget we exist and we can change games in a way. And that brings you kind of back to, the whole point of having everything in training camp. Overall, every situation has to be thrown at you. But at the end of the day, I mean, if you have to, if Torrey Taylor is flipping the field how he's supposed to, if Duvernay is returning every, kickoff punt or whatever, 20, 30 yards every single time, putting us in good field goal position and good situations, it makes the game easier. It makes everything a lot, it makes it better. So
struggles.
So I think that's a good thing. And I think he alluded to like kind of what we saw at the end of the season with some of those kind of trick special team plays and all that other kind of stuff that was going on. He alluded that he got some stuff too You know, he wanted to put out there like, you know, everybody talk about Ben and Dennis, like, you know, his section of the game is important too, and we'll see. Oh, and that rookie, that Asian dude is like 6'7", like Otani cousin or whatever his name is. I think his name something Kim something or whatever.
Tonin something. Tona.
Yeah, Tonin Kim or
Something.
something. Yeah, but heard he got a big leg. Just have to work on accuracy. So we'll see if that's a competition for Cairo. You know, so I just want to throw out there something else. I actually read about that. They got him, brought him up. That he got to kick some long ones, and they was going deep. So he got the power to size. So we'll see if he can work on the accuracy, and maybe he'll still a job. So
Well,
something look
back
out
to
for.
Richard Hightower, like you were saying, he do got stuff in his bag. Remember, we beat
Mhm.
Packers week 17 or week 18, whatever. Last game of the season.
Oh shit.
Whoa. We beat the Packers last game of the season because of
There it is.
22-24. Kick return. The same kick return we saw the Bears run years and years ago with Johnny Knox and Devin Hester, where they thought it was going to Devin Hester, but it ended up going to Johnny Knox. He got stuff up his sleeve too, and it absolutely matters because we also lost the game against the Packers because of special teams where they gave up a blocked field goal. So yes, special teams matter a shit ton more than people think, and that blocked field goal shit, that can't happen. That cannot be happening. So I hope he's taking pride in what he's got going on. I know he's taking pride in what he got going on. And the fans should understand that too. So when it happens, they don't just be like, oh my gosh, why did this happen? Oh, such and such, and this and that and the third. But special teams matter too, especially with that dynamic kickoff.
Yeah.
You know what we should start doing? So at the end of these shows, we're gonna do like, you know, we're gonna empty our notes out and just go through. But that's gonna be like a game day thing, you know, a game day where we just got, you know, shit going on. I got a lot of stuff I ain't even get to, but show flow, man. Talking Bears football. OG Ronnie B, you got anything you want to say before we wrap this thing?
One last thing. I just want to say that I really do, and I hope a lot of people watch these pressers that these players put out because I really do appreciate them because I learn a lot about these players, what the type of people they are, not just the player, the type of person they are, and that shows you what's on this team. And I really appreciate that because I'm looking for more than a player. I'm looking for the person. I'm looking for the character. And when that's on the Bears and it's all love, it's all good, baby. And I just love it.
Well, I mean, and shit. Some people, you know, they good basketball players, good football players, or whatever, you know, may have you, but you just can't get with them off the field. And if you find a player that's cool off the field too, it makes you buy their jersey too.
Right.
Makes you buy their products or whatever their merch. I still ain't got a jersey. Yes.
I think it Wes. Wes is on it. He wants that pardon. He was born in 87.
I still got a jersey loading, and if I get any jersey, it's gonna be Caleb. This to Razzle. Razzle was talking all that junk about I'm not about to, you know, just crown this team. I'm right there with you. I'm not purchasing anybody's on this team jersey unless it's the quarterback, because otherwise, from what I've seen, nobody else is worthy, and Caleb ain't worthy of it either. But he's the quarterback, and that's my quarterback. So that's the one I'm probably gonna have for week 1. But Johnny's coming in with the pressers taught me that nothing is set in stone based on their classification. This coaching staff finally tells me they're gonna put them in the best positions to succeed. Finally, and that's how it should be. That's how it always should have been. You got to put these players in the best position to succeed. That's why I keep saying training camp and practices matter for development purposes. They Ben Johnson, when the game comes, absolutely. If they kept fucking up this certain play in practice, it ain't gonna get called on game day. He not just gonna call like, oh, look, they keep fucking it up. I'm gonna call it. They have to get it today. That's not what he's gonna do. He's gonna put his team in a position to succeed. So I'm not gonna say the practices don't matter because they do when you talk about development.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like Stacey
Go ahead.
King says all the time, KYP, know your personnel. KYP.
Know your personnel.
Yes,
Absolutely.
sir.
It's not like Caleb. If Caleb sucks at, I don't know, let's just say he sucks under center at play action, Ben not gonna call as much play action. It is what it is. He's not. He gonna put him in the shotgun and call mostly shotgun. But guess what? When practice comes, guess what the fuck you running in practice? You running the shot. You running under center, and you gonna look like you trash. But guess what? There are things you do well that I'm about to make sure I implement. Absolutely. Otherwise, we're gonna be Matt Nagy all over again.
Oh goodness.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't come here to run the I formation, huh?
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah,
but I'm good, man. Like I said, I don't want to get into it because I'm gonna have to stop bringing up Shane Waldron and unpreparedness.
Did Nagy say that he didn't come here to run the I formation? Really?
I did not come here to run the I formation. That's what he said. Those are his words. I'll find the audio for you.
Wow. That's kind of hard to. That's weird that you came to a defensive team that runs the ball and you didn't think that. Okay.
Even that, like, what if your fucking team? Who was his best wide receiver? Allen Robinson, Taylor Gabriel, and
right.
You do what the fuck you got to do to win the game.
Yeah,
Maybe you got a team with the
Stick to your
best
strengths.
pass. Exactly. You got the team. You playing against a team with the best pass defense in the league. You better fucking run the ball.
You better
What
run.
are we talking about?
Keep
Don't
them
you
off
got
the field.
Montgomery back there? Don't you got like a Montgomery back there? Did you have like?
You drafted him. You got rid of Jordan Howard.
Yeah,
Who
Jordan
had
Howard.
a hell of a rookie season,
I like Jordan Howard.
and you went and got
Got Dave Montgomery there said we ain't gonna run I. That's crazy.
It's cold world. Caleb
Word, and we just in it.
I mean, that's how it's supposed to be. That's how it's supposed to be. So we'll see. We'll see if it actually gets there because we already know if he don't control his Caleb's world, it's gonna come. We're gonna bust the door down. We're gonna bust the door down just like it happened with Mitch, just like what happened with Justin. It's gonna happen. So in due time. But look, again, as always, I appreciate every single one of y'all. Razzle, Bear Truth, Real Bears fan, Johnny Salazar, Ricky, of course, another one that's always here with me. It's a lot of other people that we usually see that ain't joining us tonight. Oh, JP, MP, everybody that was in the chat,
TP,
chopping it up with us.
K,
J2K, my guy. Much appreciated. Hit that like button for us. Spread the word.
with some good points
here. If y'all ever want to, Mariffa. If y'all ever want to come in and argue about some Bears football, if you ever want to be a guest on the show and get your point across, maybe we said something last week that didn't sit right with you. We on Twitter, the Black Bear Podcast. We on Facebook, the Black Bear Podcast. We are also on YouTube, the Black Bear Podcast. One word, no spaces. We go live every Wednesday and Sunday nights, usually at 8:30 Central Time. During the off season, when the season starts, we will be here. Live reactions after every game. Post-game reaction, we'll be giving our opinions on what we saw, and we will play Caleb's press conference, and we will listen to the head coach. Get it straight from the horse's mouth. We don't take our word for it. We will play both of those press conferences live on air and dissect it all. So look, again, hit that like button for us. Subscribe to the channel, the Black Bear Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Rod, with my co-host in the building, Chef West to the right of me, OG Ronnie B at the bottom of the map. We will see y'all this Wednesday. We gone. Peace.